1.43 ERA. He's appeared now in 16 games. This is his fourth start. He's got a save in 33 and 1/3 innings pitched. He has 28 strikeouts, 27 walks, and 24 hits, so a whip of 1.56. Now, last time out, he ran into a little bit of trouble against the Apple Sox. He went 2 1/3 innings. His pitch count was pretty high, up in the 70s. Allowed 2 unearned runs on 4 hits and 5 walks, just 2 strikeouts. So looking to bounce back. Before that, he had not allowed a run since July 15th against Corvallis, when he allowed 2 earned runs in 3 innings on 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So we'll see if Sutton can go ahead and try to get the job done here against a Bellingham squad that, you know, they hit pretty well, but they're not anywhere near the top of any rankings in terms of team batting, as we'll take a quick look at that now. The Black Bears and the Bells pretty much deadlocked there, as, yes, they are tied with a .235 average. That is tied for 5th. Also, Yakima Valley in that mix as well. And Bellingham with a slugging percentage as a team of .359, so actually pretty high up there. That's 4th in the league, and they do like to get on base a lot, a .342, though that's 7th in the league. It's still pretty high up there for an entirety of a squad. As for Bellingham, Bennett Lee is going to lead things off. He's a designated hitter against the right-hander Carter Sutton. Sutton, a tall downhill fastball pitcher, has started pitching backwards, though, and we'll get a little bit more into that later. So Sutton is ready, and he is ready. Let's do it here in Longview. And Sutton with an extra. And now a curveball fouled away on the left side. No balls and 2 strikes quickly. McLean hitting .245. He has 13 hits and 30 at-bats, 9 runs scored, 2 doubles, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. Left-hander with an open stance against Sutton. Looking for
Right down this number.
So here we go in the bottom of the first inning. Your Cowlitz Black Bears going to get going against Zach Simon, a right-hander, and the Cascade Collegiate Conference Pitcher of the Year in 2021. So he'll get the bump today for the Bellingham Bells, and we'll give you his numbers in just a moment. Actually, well, had him in front of me. Now they are missing. Simon, though, a hard-throwing right-hander. He sits in the low 90s. He's also got a slider and an occasional changeup that he will like to mix in. And additionally, also has the same initials as I do and spells Zach the correct way with the K at the end. I love it. I love to see it. And now we'll give you what he's done so far this season. He is making his 5th start, 10th appearance. He's 2-2, including non-league games, with a 3 ERA. He has 30 innings and 34 strikeouts, 16 walks, and 23 hits allowed. He's got a whip of 1.36. There we go. He has a .50 whip in terms of non-league games, as he last appeared against Highline on August 7th, went 2 scoreless, struck out 2, and walked 1, and he'll be going up against this Cowlitz Black Bears lineup. Riku Nishida will lead off at second base, with Brock Bozette playing third and hitting second. Batting third is the red-hot Jacob Stinson. He's out there in right field, followed by the cleanup man, the first baseman, Sam Brown. And batting fifth will be the center fielder, Brock Mortensen. And the 6th hole is Dawson Martin, the catcher, with the 7 batter being Johnny Radomski. He'll play left field. Henry Mensch makes his long-awaited return to the lineup for the Black Bears after a wrist injury, so he will DH and hit 8th. And Matthew Schwartz, the shortstop, will round things out. He will bat 9th. So talked about Simon and his good numbers over there at Corbin College. And the Black Bears hoping that they can jump on him early.
Leading things off for your Cowlitz Black Bears,
with perhaps the hottest hitter in all of the West Coast League, it's Riku Nishida. Nishida is 3rd in the West Coast League with a .368 batting average. He's 1st in the league with a .503 on-base percentage. He's reached base safely in 22 straight games, has an 8-game hitting streak and a 4-game multi-hit streak, as well as a stolen base in each of his last 9 ball games, as the first one misses low and in, 1-0. And I can just continue to talk on and on and on about how amazing he's been this season. Not only did he break Mount Hood Community College's stolen base record, But additionally, he also broke the Black Bears stolen base record. With his 28, breaks the former mark that was over at 25, so big congratulations to him. And I don't think he's done breaking records either. So we have a quick defensive change. Garner Christensen being replaced by Daniel Jernin over in left field. So Nishida lefty against Zach Simon. Missed with his first one inside as it trickled away from Swam. As the 1-0 from Simon is that fastball up and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the thing with Simon is he's going to have pinpoint control against Nishida. Nobody controls the strike zone better than he does. Falls behind 2 strikes, chokes up, and almost always makes contact as he takes a strike in there, and the count now 2-1. And Riku, in just league games, has 29 walks and just 16 strikeouts as the 2-1 sails way high and outside. Balls and 1 strike. And Riku just 5'6" and 145 pounds, but he's got the pop of somebody twice his size. So 3-1. Breaking ball up and in, and Nishida works his 30th league walk of the season. And now has extended his on-base streak to a staggering 23 games. How about this kid? And now Nishida has cracked the top 5 in another leader board for the West Coast League. He's moved into 5th overall alone, behind Myro, Apodaca, Lake, and Jablonski. So here comes Brock Bozette. We talk about records. Bozette's another guy to look at. Brock leads the team with 32 league RBI. He's actually 2 away from tying the all-time Cowlitz Black Bears record as he takes a strike in there, count 0-1. And Brock Bozette in league play hitting at .253, an on-base of .383, a slugging of .327. He has 38 hits and 150 at-bats, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 32 runs batted in, and 27 walks. He's from Spokane Falls Community College, right-handed batter, 6'1", 175 pounds. And Bozette actually extended his Black Bears lead today in McDonald's sandwiches bought for broadcasters. He got me 2 more today. We're trying to keep the tradition alive. Hey, the Black Bears won yesterday, and Brock gives me rides to the ballpark. So we had to keep almost everything exactly the same on our way here. We took the same route to the McDonald's, same route over here, and try to keep everything the same. You know, the superstitions get cranked up to 11 when it comes to playoff race time. So Bozette takes one in, and the count now 1-1. Delivered, fastball on the outside corner. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bozette. So today I believe we've got Gabe Vargas behind the plate and John Poland. Oh no, flip-flop that. John Poland's behind the plate and Gabe Vargas is in the field as Bozette takes one. Count now 2-2. Oh, wait, no, I had it right the first time. I was looking at yesterday's listing. There we go. And now they quickly throw over to Nishida, not in time. So if we count non-leagues and his Mount Hood Community College numbers, Riku Nishida has stolen 64 bases in 2021. He broke Mount Hood's record, hit .415 over there, and has really impressed. It really surprises me. There's no knock against Mount Hood, but how this kid slipped through the fingers of so many D1 programs is another throw. The tag is not there, though. But that was certainly a close call for the Cowlitz Black Bears. And Riku's already been rewarded for his great play. He's got an invitation to go play for the Cape Cod League next summer. He's got a 10-day contract out there. But everybody was telling him, you know, Riku, you're going to, after one game, they're going to see, and you're going to get signed for the entire summer. It's really going to be fantastic to see how far this kid goes, as well as plenty of other Black Bears. There's a lot of talent on this team. Riku with a bit of a more shallow lead at first base, only now 12 feet off after the slide step, and he fakes the break, and Bozette gets plunked. So Bozette takes one up and in, and he'll trot on over to first. 2 free base runners for the Black Bears, and here comes last night's hero, Jacob Stinson.
Now to the plate for the Black
He's another
Bears.
player on this team. Like, what more can you say? Stinson hitting .317 in league play with 46 hits and 145 at-bats, 6 doubles, 3 triples, and a home run. 13 RBI as well. And Stinson leads the team with 17 multi-hit games, also is currently riding an 11-game hit streak. You can catch Stinson's interview on the Daily News page or on our Cowlitz Black Bears YouTube channel. As Simon misses upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes to Stinson. And what a last 2 games that he's had. He's 5 for his last 11 with 4 RBI and a home run in there. And that home run in Wenatchee on August 8th was his first since he was 12 years old. And then last night in front of his dad who was here, he got the walk-off single. Now Stinson takes one high and away, 2 balls and no strikes with the hard-hitting Sam Brown waiting on deck. So Cowlitz looking to take advantage right here, and looks like there's going to be a quick meeting from Jim Clem, the pitching coach, as Simon does not look sharp so far. 12 pitches, just 3 for strikes. All right, so while we wait for this deliberation to get cooking, we'll give you updates on the other games around the league. Good news for the Black Bears. In the bottom of the first, the Sweets have jumped out in front of the Raptors 2-0. So Black Bears fans crossing their fingers and hoping that Walla Walla is able to hang on and take that one. Again, it's still early, but an encouraging sign with that 2-0 lead. Portland and Port Angeles are tied at 0 apiece, and that's in the bottom of the first. And those are the 2 games that are playing right now that are consequential to the Black Bears. The other active game, Wenatchee and Yakima, is in the top of the first with a scoreless tie. Then, of course, the Bend Elks and the Corvallis Knights will play at 7:35 p.m. at Goss Stadium, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer to watch the scoreboard for that game. And if Bend lose today, the Black Bears will essentially have control of their own destiny in tomorrow's game. But they have to take care of business today against Bellingham, and it would start right here with a base hit from Stinson. So Jacob ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes with 2 men on, 2 of the faster players on this Black Bears squad. Simon double takes, looks over at Nishida, takes a hop off the second base bag, and he hits one foul over on the left side into the LCC parking lot. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Stinson, one of 2 Cowlitz players on the University of Nevada Reno squad. His buddy Dawson Martin is hitting in the 6th spot today. And he's from Pleasanton, California, same hometown as Jaden Shepard, who just left the team a few days ago. And the 2-1 from Simon is low and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the last thing Simon wants to do is load the bases for Sam Brown. And the Bells a very good team in their own right. They hit just enough to back up their elite pitching staff. And they've already locked up a playoff spot, so they might just be throwing some guys in here. And the Black Bears have to take advantage of that, as they really need to win all 3 of these games if they want a legitimate shot at the playoffs. It's the 3-1, pitch is low, and that's ball 4. So Nishida was caught off the bag. A nice throw by Swam, but it's ball 4. So Nishida will get to third on his own. And now they're loaded up for Sam Brown.
That'll load him up. For number 39, first baseman Sam
Well, here comes another
Brown.
red-hot Black Bears hitter. Brown is on a 10-game hitting streak in which he's hitting .342. Both his home runs and all 12 of his RBI have been over the last 10-game stretch. And Brown, a freshman All-American this year from the University of Portland. He's hitting .289 as he hits one foul. And the count 0-1. Brown from Petaluma, California, 6'3", 210 pounds, and was 2 for 4 yesterday with a big RBI hit up the middle in the first inning. Let's see if he can do it again today. And the 0-1 is up and in with the fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Additionally, Brown with a .411 on-base percentage and a .444 slugging average. Not too shabby for a guy that started 0 for 7 in his Black Bears tenure. And certainly a much-needed extra power bat in the middle of this Black Bears order, really adding some length to that 1 through 9 as the 1-1 swing and a miss on the up and away offering, and Brown falls behind now 1-2. And then we got Brock Mortensen, the 5 batter, waiting on deck. Nishida walked, Bozette got hit, Stinson walked. And now Brown behind in the count 1-2. And a lefty starting to get warm for the Bellingham Bells. So Simon comes set, rocks his foot a few times. He's ready to go. He kicks, delivers, breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Brown is down on strikes for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. So that helps Bellingham out a little bit as the middle infielders can push back, go for that double play ball. As now it'll be Brock Mortenson's turn up there at the plate.
Black Bears, Brock Mortensen.
Brock Mortensen is in the Black Bears record books. He's all alone in second place for a single season home runs with 6. First one to Brock is cut on a miss. Off-speed pitch outside, 0-1. So Mortensen hitting 227 with an on-base of 372 and a slugging of 436. He has 25 hits and 110 at-bats, 20 runs scored, 5 doubles, 6 home runs, and 18 driven in as the 0-1 is cranked into left field in the gap, and that should drop and score 2. That's going to get around Jernan and roll to the wall. Nishida will score. Here comes Bozette. He will score. They're going to send Stinson. He crosses home. It's a 3 RBI double for Brock Mortensen, and the Black Bears take themselves a huge lead in the first. It's 3-1. And just the power, the energy, everything that Mortensen's brought to this team. And now 3 RBIs here in the bottom of the first. This team went from a bottom basement hitting squad to now in the second half, one of the more potent lineups in the entire West Coast League. So now man waiting on second in Mortensen. Here's Dawson Martin. Black Bears now lead it 3-0. And in league play, Martin hitting 182, 14 hits, and 77 at-bats. He's a right-hander. First pitch is popped up over into shallow center field. Hustling back is Lambeau. Now drifting in is the center fielder, McLean. And he will make the grab to put him down for out number 2. So now 2 away.
He's got her sack raised.
It's the top of the second. Black Bears 3, Bells none after the 3 RBI double by Brock Mortensen. Helps him get out to a great start as Charlie Swam, or Som. Charlie Swam, I get the thumbs up from Ryan, so that's good. Ryan, of course, the Bells broadcaster, doing a great job over to my left. And also directly adjacent to me, Justin Ford, who, of course, deserves all the kind words in the world for putting together our TV broadcast time in and time out. So big thank you to Justin, as always. So Som, Lambeau, and George, although I believe it's going to be Saunders coming up in his spot. That is 5, 6, and 7, as the Bells were able to get 1 hit off of Sutton in the first inning, but then nothing else. And Carter's first pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, and the count 0-1. Bellingham Bells in a deep navy blue jerseys today with the Bells, really like an actual bell logo on the top left. That's in white. Numbers on the back in white. Gray pants with a thick navy blue stripe going down the outside of the left and right pant legs. Navy blue belts and navy blue socks. They also have navy blue caps with a white face, a navy blue brim. The Bellingham Bells B prominently displayed on the front in that deep sea blue. So 1-1 coming up as he delivers and spikes the fastball low and away. 2 balls and a 1 strike coming up to Charlie Som. Som, a right-handed batter. Definitely with some pop over there. Hitting in the 5 spot today for his team. Saw him hitting 152 as he grounds one over to short. Schwartz right there, vacuums it up, delivers to first, and it's right there in time for out number 1. We can always count on the Black Bears infield defense to make those nice routine plays as they look to keep that rolling against Alex Lambeau.
Number 36, second baseman Alex Lambeau.
And Lambeau taps one. No balls and 1 strike. Well, the Black Bears for the last 2 games really couldn't ask for anybody better to be on the mound. It's going to be Carter Sutton today, and he's dealing already. And then Kelly Austin tomorrow, who really has been the ace of the entire West Coast League. Now the 0-1 is swung on in line. Right up the middle, Schwartz almost stops it. Nishida gets a glove too, but that's going to get through for a base hit. Nice effort, though, by the Black Bears double play duo. Nearly saving a hit. As he's a guy that usually you would find in the middle of the order, but batting ninth to see some more fastballs as the 1-1 curve is hung up a bit too high, and that's been an issue for Sutton. He likes to sneak in that curve in front door against some righties, but today it's been left up a little too high, and it's been an easy pitch for those right-handed batters to take. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 away. And the 2-1. There's the curveball strike on the inside corner, and the count now even at 2-2. So that's what Sutton has been trying to do all inning. Wasn't able to get it done, but now threw him back-to-back curveballs. Let's see if he goes with a cut fastball away. Nice leads for every bell except for Lambeau, who's being kept close at third base. Bozette playing even with the bag, as now the 2-2. Curveball, swing, and a miss, strike 3. And a big strikeout for Carter Sutton as he sends him down. And back to the dugout for out number 2. So now here comes his first strikeout victim of the evening as the lineup flips over. Here's Bennett Lee.
Hitter Bennett Lee.
So Lee ended up being Sutton's 29th strikeout of the season. Sutton now up to 30, including non-league games. And the first pitch, curveball on the outside corner. Nice receiving there by Dawson Martin to make sure that he caught the ball where it crossed the plate. Sometimes the curve, it's a little difficult. It'll pull you down and away, but Martin, an excellent catcher back there as the count even at 0-1. Martin might just be the best pitch framer. Well, he's the best pitch framer on the team and has to be one of the best in this entire league. He can really steal some strikes for his arms. So now the 0-1 is a spiked fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike coming up to Lee. And Lee, not somebody to sleep on. Again, entering the game with a .317 average. And he was able to belt a home run in yesterday's game. Sutton looking to lead of them loaded. The Bells left 1 on base in the last inning. 3 balls, no strikes. He delivers. Curveball, swing and a miss. And now he's in the driver's seat, 1-2. So let's see if he can complete the Houdini act right here. Lambeau on third, Saunders on second, Jernan waiting on first, and Bennett Lee at the plate, a right-hander. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. He deals, curveball, swing, and a miss, strike 3. He got him. Carter Sutton strikes out the side with the bases loaded, and that'll end the inning. No runs on 3 hits. No errors and 3 left aboard. Let's do it going into the bottom of the second inning. Black Bears lead at 3-0 with Cowlitz coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KEDO Longview Kelso, and of course your Cowlitz Black Bears YouTube channel. bottom of the second inning. Black Bears lead it 3-0. As Connor Portugal, a southpaw, going to head out to the mound. So the day is done for Simon. Simon came in, and the Black Bears were able to beat up on him. He allowed 3 runs, all earned, on just 1 hit. 2 walks and hit batter. Those what got him in trouble. He struck 1 out through 29 pitches, 15 for strikes. That's 51.7%. As Henry Mensch making his triumphant return to the Cowlitz Black Bears lineup. Happy to see him back.
Designated hitter number 9, Henry Mensch.
It's been quite some time since he's been back, or since he's been playing for the Black Bears. In fact, we almost took him off the roster, but here he is today. And the right-hander from the University of Portland fouls one back, and the count 0-1. Mensch on the year, hitting at .273, 15 hits and 55 at-bats, 10 runs scored. He has 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, actually 3 home runs if you caught a non-league one, and 6 RBI. He's got an on-base of .365 and a slugging of .491. As now he takes a strike there, 0-2. Mensch, a nice power bat from Seattle. 5'10", and 190 pounds. At one point, he was really carrying the Black Bears offense at the beginning of the season. Now the 0-2 breaking ball, and a nice take there by Mensch, 1-2. And this is now Henry's first game since the opening series of the second half. Then that was July 17th against Yakima Valley. He was hit by a pitch that bothered his wrist. As now he lines one into center field. Hustling in is McLean, and he dives, and it comes out of his glove. Mensch, with some heads-up base running, decided to take a turn, but will tread on back. So a welcome back to the lineup, Henry, as he gets himself a base hit up the middle, the second of the game for Cowlitz. And now here comes Matthew Schwartz. Schwartz has been phenomenal in the second half for the Black Bears. As now Schwartz is second on the team with 15 multi-hit games, and 8 of them coming in this second half. He's from Lower Columbia College, 37 hits and 142 at-bats, 24 scored at .261 average. His 5 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs, 21 RBI. His quick throw over to first is not in time. So Schwartz had a nice long hitting streak, and it was snapped against Richfield on August 5th. Now started a new one. He's on a 3-game hitting streak as Schwartz with a nice little push bunt. Race over to first. Nobody's covering. And a miscommunication defensively there for Bellingham. So Schwartz with a bunt single. You love to see that from Cowlitz. As instead of having to give up the out, they send Riku Nishida to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. And Nishida's got 13 RBI this season. 0 for 0 with a walk. And a run scored in today's game. And Riku certainly adept at slashing the ball the other way. Let's see what he's got. As mentioned, Schwartz on the base paths. First pitch to Nishida. He squared around a bunt but pulled back. Pitch high and away, 1-0. And now the southpaw with a long look in against the left-handed hitting Nishida, though no real platoon advantage for Portugal here. As Riku can hit righties and lefties pretty much exactly the same. He's not that kind of back controls. Now the breaking ball way above his head. He squared around again, but was able to pull it back, 2-0. Nishida with some blazing speed. We've seen him beat out all kinds of ground balls in the infield, including a ground ball to a first baseman. And that was back over in Wenatchee. There's really very few things that this young man's not capable of as he bunts a beautiful ball down the third base line. There's the throw, not nearly in time, and it's sailed into right field. Mensch will score. They're going to try to get Schwartz. He's going to come around racing home. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. He comes in, and Riku Nishida is able to get the bunt down in. I don't know if they will give him a single and an error on the play. That's what I would give him. So Riku now extends his hitting streak up to 9 games and brings in 2 off that error. And the Black Bears now up 5-0.
Number 3, third baseman Brock Bozette.
And so far, no error awarded on the play just yet. Well, there certainly was one, as here's Brock Bozette. There we go. Bozette is 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch, and again, just 2 RBI away from being first on the Black Bears all time, as now Portugal kicks, but just steps off to keep Nishida close. Nishida will try and steal third base. I don't think he's been caught stealing third this season. He's only been caught stealing second base, and that happened just 2 times. A lot of speed, can score on a line drive. First one to Bozette. He squares to bunt, and that's fouled into the glove of Som, 0-1. Yeah, why not? If I'm the Black Bears, a team that can bunt very well, why not keep dropping him down until we see the Bells make a solid play on it? In the worst-case scenario, you got Nishida on third base with 1 out. Portugal checks back, and the 0-1 is popped up in the air over on the right side of the infield. Lambo and Hinkleman both battling the sun, but Lambo's got it, and he'll make the play right next to his first baseman to put Bozette down for out number 1. And today is the final Fiber Family Wednesday, a term that I just flubbed on the post-game show yesterday a bunch of times. Final Fiber Family really got me. But today, if you are a Fiber member, you get into the ballpark with discounted tickets. It's a really great promotion we got going on here, but that's the last one of the season, but keep a lookout for that next year. Now Jacob Stinson's up. He's 0 for 0 with a walk. Now a man on first, and just 1 out as the curveball, a heavy one, drops on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. So Stinson trying to extend that 11-game hitting streak. He's on a 6-game RBI streak, and he's extended his on-base streak to 14 games with that walk in the first inning. And Portugal's 0-1 is swung on and fouled away. And the count now 0-2. Back-to-back breaking pitches from Connor Portugal. So the Black Bears certainly helping themselves out here with the 5-0 lead. And in the top of the 4th, again, we'll just keep these scoreboard watches interwoven within the broadcast. Walla Walla still lead Ridgefield 2-0. So no balls and 2 strikes. Next one to Stinson is down and away. Bounds once in front of the plate. That's all Nishida needs. He goes to third, the slide, and they got him. So Charlie Som able to do something that not many men can do and throw Riku Nishida out trying to take a bag. So Nishida is officially caught stealing on the 2-5, and now there's 2 away, a 1-2 count with Jacob Stinson at the plate. So Portugal can wiggle his way out of this frame with just 1 pitch here. So the 1-2 is not it. It's low, 2-2. And based off the dearth of action over in the Bells bullpen over on our right, it looks like Portugal is going to come back out there for the 3rd inning. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Deals, heavy curve, and that's going to hit Stinson. So another hit by pitch for the Black Bears in today's game by 2 different pitchers. And Stinson will trot on over to first. He's 2 for 2 with getting on, but does not have an official at-bat. A hit by pitch and a walk for him, as we'll get another look at Sam Brown. And Brown struck out swinging. His first time up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Now trying to rectify that. Could get a big hit here and really start to put this game out of reach early. 5-0 the Black Bears lead. In the bottom of the 2nd with 2 down. And there goes Stinson for second. The pitch, a curveball strike. Here's a throw. Som is not in time. And Stinson with another swipe bag. So the pitch was a strike. And Stinson now over to second base. Stinson now still has the most stolen bases for any Black Bear that has not been caught. He is 9 for 9 on the season. And the 0-1. Skips in front of the plate, and Som able to keep it in front. Here comes the hustle from Stinson, and he's there in time. That'll go down as a wild pitch, so Stinson finds his way to third after getting hit by a pitch. Although no Ricky Rally opportunity, as that, of course, is the walk, 2 stolen bases, and sack fly. Can't get a sack fly with 2 down. And that series of play, of course, from the legendary Ricky Henderson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Portugal winds, delivers, and Brown takes one downstairs. Another good block there by Som. And now a hitter's count for the freshman All-American. Cowlitz happy to just continue to add on here, give Carter Sutton some more wiggle room, and looking to get some length out of him today. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 down. And the next offering to Brown is another heavy breaking ball. Portugal's got a lot of late movement on that pitch, but it's fallen behind now 3-1. Hasn't exactly had command of his secondary stuff here in the bottom of the second inning. Not something that his team is used to, though. 3 balls and 1 strike. Waiting on first is Jacob Stinson. Brock Mortenson's on deck as the 3-1 is low. 5 holes saw him, but he's able to keep it in front. So another walk to the Black Bears offense. And now Brock Mortenson going to step up. He's 1 for 1 with a 3 RBI double. Mortenson came up with the bases loaded and 1 down, and made the Bells pay with the only hit of that inning. The Black Bears actually have more hits this inning, but 1 fewer run. They lead it 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. Ooh, and Mortenson getting the nice little walk-off to Led Zeppelin's Kashmir, track number 6 on Physical Graffiti, double album that they had. I believe that's the final track on side 2 of the first LP, if I'm correct. First one to Mortenson is cranked, but foul over on the right side. And the count 0-1. I mean, Zeppelin's just got a ton of great walk-up songs. You can go with Rock and Roll. You can go with Kashmir's another good one. Whole Lot of Love, Immigrant Song. You heard across a lot of American ballparks from that British band. Let's see if Mortenson can rock one over the right field wall here for home run number 7. Brown on first, Stinson on third. And Portugal getting ready for the 0-1. As he delivers inside and again swatted foul. Brock was way out in front and he's falling behind now 0-2. 2 runs, 3 hits this inning, 1 error. Came off the hand of Portugal as the runs came off of a Nishida bunt single, and then the baseball got thrown away into right field, scoring Mensch and Schwarz. Now Portugal gets re-anchored over on the extreme third base side of the rubber. And the 0-2 is downstairs and outside. He's missing that exact same spot several times this inning. Now the down and away is a good chase location, but if it starts and ends in the dirt, it doesn't exactly get the job done. So Portugal definitely working on elevating that a little bit, at least at the breaking point of the pitch. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Portugal finally able to get out of the inning, but not before the Black Bears score 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 aboard. Let's go to the top of the third. Black Bears 5, Bells nothing, with Bellingham coming to bat on your homes for Cowlitz Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO.
Bob Sporting Goods.
Top 3 now, Black Bears lead by a score of 5-0. Going up against McLean, Hinkleman, and Aviles. Sutton giving him a 3rd inning of work. As now some movement over there by Michael Benz in the bullpen, but I think he's just getting up to start stretching around. I can't imagine that he'll be in the game anytime soon. McLean is 0-4 with a ground out, a left-handed batter, as the Black Bears just trying to continue some smooth sailing here. They lead at 5-0, 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 3 left. For the Bells, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 4 left aboard. They got 3 singles in the last inning, but cannot push anybody around.
At the top of the third for the Bells. Number 15, Nick McLean.
And McLean again grounded out to Nishida his first time. And the first offering to him is away from Stinson, 1-0. Or from Sutton. Stinson's right. There we go. Black Bears really need to try and sweep this series against Bellingham. Gives them the best chance of advancing to the playoffs, as right now they just need 2 more wins and losses by Ridgefield, Portland, and Bells within the Bend. There we go. Within the next 2 games. And all those teams on the road, the Black Bears are the only South Division team that's still home turf. Now the 0-1 on the way from Sutton. McLean waiting about 10 feet off the bag. Runner goes, and this is fouled away. So we'll do it with an 0-2 count. Hit and run in effect. They're looking for Hinkleman to attempt at the play being made by the first base coach. Interesting. There's like 2 different kinds of base coaches. There's the base coaches that feel like they're part of the fielders, and there's the other ones that just like to watch the ball go by. And there's merits to both. Sometimes you don't want to be put on the IL as a base coach, that's for sure. So the 1-2 runner goes again. This is cranked over into right. That drops in for a base hit. On the run is McLean. He's headed for third. The throw is going to go to second, and now back-to-back base runners, and Hinkleman with his second hit of the ball game. Now runners on the corners for Luis Aviles with nobody out. So Cowlitz in a bit of trouble, but Sutton was able to work out of a bases loaded and nobody out, or 1 out jam in the last inning. So let's see what he does this time around. Strikeout to Aviles certainly helps here. Aviles is 0 for 1. He grounded out to Brock Bozette. And then there was a great stretch made by Sam Brown at first. Sutton from the stretch here. Hinkleman with a big lead off the bag at first as the fastball is in at the belt for a strike, 0-1. So ground ball to the right side or a fly ball will bring in McLean from third as Sutton's 0-1. Curveball, nice block by Martin. That'll keep the base runners on the respective bags there and keep it a shutout ball game so far. The Black Bears are second in the league in shutouts as a pitching staff. They've got 4. They're only behind Bellingham, who have 5. 1 ball, 1 strike. Black Bears looking to win their 7th series of the second half. As the 1-1 on the way. Curveball misses down and outside. 2-1 the count now to the cleanup hitting Luis Aviles. So for some reason, Sutton just not with that same command as he was in the first inning, since throwing all 9 of his pitches in the first for strikes. Now 18 strikes and 16 balls out of his next 34 pitches. And the 2-1 is popped up in the air, but that's going to go over and out of play on the right end. So Sutton evens the count now at 2-2. And some more good news for Black Bears fans. The Walla Walla Sweets get another run in the bottom of the 4th inning. So it's now 3-0. Headed into the 5th with Ridgefield coming to bat. Two balls, 2 strikes, and now time called. Aviles is going to readjust his batting gloves before tapping back in and getting set to go. McLean reached on a leadoff walk, and then Cole Hinkleman got a solid base hit over in the right end on the hit and run, as now the runner goes, swing and a miss. Martin throws, and it sails into center. So now the run will come in and score. Sutton gets the out, and then the run comes in, so 1 down, and McLean crossing the plate. It's 5-1. So McLean home on the error by Dawson Martin, and Hinkleman in over at second with a stolen base. So now 1 down, man on second base. Here's Charlie Somm. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Nice easy dribbler over to Matthew Schwartz the last time, and got a good line drive throw to catch him. As Sutton delivers and misses downstairs, 1-0. In the last inning, Riku Nishida was able to help the Black Bears get some insurance with a bunt single that later induced a 2-run error. As we always say, good things happen when you put the ball in play. Hitters count to Psalm 1-0. No double play, no easy double play set up for the Black Bears, as Sutton's next offering is the curve on the outside corner, 1-1. Now the 1-1 coming up from Sutton to Psalm. Psalm, a right-handed hitter. Sanford Cardinal and Cole Hinkleman waiting on scoring position. As the 1-1 is a low fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike coming up to Charlie. Sutton approaching 50 pitches. Not too high, but he only used 9 to get through the first inning, and since then has thrown 39 to get just 4 outs. Now the shadow is starting to creep in here at David Sawyer. The only part of the field that is still kissed with sunlight is over and right where Jacob Stinson is standing. Maybe a little streak over by shortstop as the 2-1 curve is a strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch there. And a 2-2 count coming up to the number 5 hitting catcher. And now the 2-2 pitch from Sutton is swung on a missed, strike 3 in the dirt. Martin fires over to first. Brown is there, and they send him down for the second out of the inning. It's now a couple of strikeouts here. And Alex Lambo to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a single. Black Bears lead it by 4, looking to stop the bleeding right here after the strikeout. And the stolen base attempt induced a wild throw by Dawson Martin into center field, scoring a run. Lambo 1 for 1 with a base hit. That was in the second inning. 1 of 3 hits they had that frame. And the first offering is hit hard in the air on the screws, but foul on the right side. Alex to clear the ballpark, going onto the campus proper of LCC in the count 0-1. And Sutton just trying to limit it to 1 run this inning. He didn't have an earned run in his last outing, and I believe out here today he doesn't have one either, as that run came in off the error by Martin. And the 0-1. Breaking ball there is a strike. Nice little curveball on the outside corner, and now Sutton can do whatever he wants. A lot of pitches he can play with. He can go cutter, he can go curveball, he can go dead away fastball, maybe even changeup here. After the curve, I would go down and away with the cutter. Fool him with the speed and the movement. Let's see what he decides to do to Lambo. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. He deals. There's the cut fastball, but it's fouled away, and we'll do it all over again. All right, so my guess on the type of pitch was right. The location was not correct. Yeah, let's see if Sutton changed it up right here. 0-2. Looking to strike out the side. Waiting on second is Hinkleman, who has the only base hit of the inning for Bellingham. Long look in, he's ready to go. Agrees with Martin with the signs. The 0-2 as he kicks and delivers is spiked in. A nice stop there by Martin. That holds Hinkleman over at second, so we'll do a 1-2 now. The season's starting to wind down here for the Black Bears. Only 2 more regular season games, including this one, although hoping that they can host their first playoff game since 2012 here at David Story Field. That would be on Saturday, and you can start pre-ordering tickets, I believe, on CalixBlackBears.com. This is a chopper over to third, and that'll go foul. So we'll do the 1-2 all over again. And as it looks right now, the Black Bears just need Ridgefield to lose 1, Portland to lose 1, and Bend to lose 1 more. And they need to take this game against Bellingham and the next one, and that's how they'll punch their ticket to the playoffs if it does indeed happen. And well, we'll be on the edge of our seats for the next 2 nights, that's for sure. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him on the upstairs cutter as Carter able to strike out the side. But 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left aboard for Bellingham. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Black Bears 5, Bells 1. And Calix coming to bat on YouTube and KEDO. Bottom three now, Martin, Radomski, and Mensch all due up. Does another frame from Connor Portugal. Portugal threw 24 pitches in the last inning, 13 for strikes. He allowed no earned runs, but 2 runs on 3 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and a hit batter. So now Cowlitz will send up their 6, 7, and 8 against them to try to do some more damage here after surrendering an unearned run in the top of the 3rd inning. And again, so far so good for them today. Have a nice 4-run lead and looking to extend that. And looking around the league, Portland and Port Angela still tied at nothing apiece there in the top of the 5th. That's good news for the Black Bears. So they need Portland to lose, and Port Angeles are right there locked in with them. And Walla Walla on the top of the 5th have a 3-0 lead on the Raptors as Martin fouls one back in the count 0-1. Try to get some more detail in there. As Bo Kersey, there we go, for Ridgefield, gave up all 3 earned runs on 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. And for Walla Walla, it has been the Calvin Kirchhoff game today. Just 1 hit and 1 walk, 8 Ks against the Raptors back at Burlesky Stadium as Walla Walla try to snap a 12-game losing streak. So now Martin behind 0-2 here to the left-hander Portugal, who winds, delivers, and Martin with a slow tapper over to short. Going to be a tough play. Picked up on another hop by Saunders, and he drops it. So the Black Bears catch a break. Another error by the Bellingham Bells, and a man on with nobody out. And Johnny Radomski stepping up to the plate. So a slow roller probably was thinking about the throw before collecting that ball, as just booted it off the heel on his way up. And now Radomski 0 for 1 with the flyout, stepping up to the plate. And a quick throw over is not in time, gets over to Hinkleman on a hop. Black Bears scored 3 in the first and 2 in the second inning, then surrendered 1 in the third to the Bellingham Bells, looking to get that run right back and reclaim that 5-run lead. And the next one to Radomski. He squared around a bunt, but pulled it back. Pitch missed low, a tumbling breaking ball, and the count 1-0. Bellingham, again, already have wrapped up a playoff spot, and now at 22-24, can no longer try and clinch their first winning record since 2018. And now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good-looking change from Portugal that time. Radomski was way out in front and evens the count now 1-1. And now Radomski takes one low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Cowlitz Black Bears right now in the second game of a 3-game series against their lone set against the Bells this year. Interesting that this is the first time these two teams are meeting, and it's the last series of the season. But here we are right here, and so far it's worked for the Black Bears. This one is lined to the third baseman. What a play by Aviles, and his throw over goes wild, so Martin, who's way off the bag, ends up getting back there in time thanks to the errant throw, and the Black Bears get unlucky but also catch a break. No double play, but also no hit, as Radomski hit that one right on the screws, but is sent down for the first out of the inning.
Henry Mensch.
So here we go with Henry Mensch. He's 1 for 1. And his return to the lineup for the Black Bears, also a run scored. And the first offering to Mensch is a floating changeup that hits the black on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. So Vargas with a much more expansive strike zone than we saw him have over in Wenatchee. Again, he's a newer umpire to the league, so just trying to make some adjustments as he moves along, and certainly seems to have gotten, a little bit of improvements moving on here today. John Poland also a very good behind-the-plate umpire, so he's a good guy to learn from. As the 0-1 is up and outside, almost in the same spot as the last pitch, but elevated a little more. The count now even at 1-1. So now with Mensch returning to the lineup, the Portland Pilot Quartet is now back in motion for the Black Bears with Mensch, Mulcair, Hatakanaka, and Sam Brown. As this is a pop-up over to the first baseman in foul territory. Ranging over there to make the play is Hinkleman, and Mensch is sent down. He's now 1 for 2 today, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Matthew Schwartz.
They'll bring up Black Bears shortstop, Matthew Schwartz.
And a swing and a miss by Schwartz opens up the at-bat, 0-1. Schwartz is 1 for 1. He's scored a run and also had a nice little bunt single right down the first base line. Both Portugal and Hinkleman tried to get to it, but nobody ended up covering first base on the play. So it was basically a free hit for Schwartz as the foul ball sends it behind in the count, 0-2. Schwartz, not including non-leagues, up to 291 with his average after that last hit. As the 0-2 is swung on, hit in the air over to right. Ranging over is Corona, and he can't get to it as he runs out of room. So the count will remain 0-2. Corona was a DH yesterday. Now we're seeing him out in right field. Talented outfielder with a big bat, so profiles as your typical right fielder. Now the 0-2 with 2 down. Portugal delivers and misses high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes as now the Bells with their right-hander starting to get loose over in their pen. And no action just yet for the Black Bears. Schwartz trying to extend and get another multi-hit game as he's just 2 behind Jacob Stinson for first on the team. The next offering misses low, and the count will even out now at 2-2 with Riku Nishida waiting on deck. 5-1, your Black Bears lead it here in the bottom of the third with 2 down. And Martin waiting on first. The 2-2 is swung on and hit hard but foul. And we'll do the 2-2 count all over again. Good-sized crowd out here today for the Cowlitz Black Bears, and a hot one in the low 90s, and we're not talking about the fastballs. That's the temperature. Party deck is filled up on a Family Wednesday, as now this is fouled off of Psalm's glove, and we will do another 2-2 count. Of course, the Black Bears won in dramatic fashion last night. Trying to win a little bit more definitively today. I mean, it doesn't matter. You get the win in the column, but don't want to burn through too much bullpen, especially with the game tomorrow that is really going to be big for the Black Bears. That'll be a make or break for their playoff run as the 2-2. He got him. Strike 3. Schwartz watches the changeup on the outside corner, and he's sent down for the final out of the inning. No runs on no hits. 1 error and 1 left aboard. Let's go to the top of the fourth. We're a third of the way through at David Story. Black Bears 5, Bells 1. Bellingham coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball, YouTube, and KEDO.
Commerce Avenue in Longview, or on your phone right now.
we know that we have a great fan base here at the ballpark, and also we have some of the best out-of-town Black Bears listeners around. We have coast-to-coast listenership. We got it up here on the West Coast. We got my friends and family in New Jersey, some more coming down in the Florida area for a team I worked with last year, and now, also in Boise, Idaho with some players, California, Oregon. You have a state, you name it. There's probably a Black Bears fan there, and today, some of Jacob Stinson's grandparents are tuned in. There's Grandma Kathy in Iowa, and then over in Pittsburgh, we have his grandfather Jim. So a big hello to them, and a big time thank you to them. And, of course, you at home, tune in to your Black Bears who are rewarding you for watching today. They lead at 5-1 in the top of the fourth with Ty Saunders, Daniel Jernin, and Emilio Corona all coming up. A very dangerous 7 through 8 as this one is lined, right into the hands of hitting coach Aaron Matthews. He's still got it. So Shane McCarroll makes more plays on the field as the first base coach, and Aaron Matthews will make more from the dugout. Saunders is 1 for 1 today, but he could not score. So the next one from Sutton is a curveball just off the plate outside, 1-1. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 left for Cowlitz. For Bellingham, 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left aboard. As Sutton now rocks, delivers. There's a 1-1. Fastball a little high, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Some more good news for you Black Bears fans out there. The Walla Walla Sweets now have a 5-0 lead on Ridgefield in the bottom of the 5th. And in a surprising turn of events, the Port Angeles Lefties lead the Portland Pickles 1-0. That's in the bottom of the 5th at Civic Field. So those are both games that the Black Bears need their divisional rivals to lose. And right now, as the scores stand, looking good. On the other end, Bend lead 1-0 on Corvallis. Now, the Black Bears need the Knights to win that game, but still early. That's in the bottom of the first. So now the 2-1 is a strike, and the count now 2-2. So Sutton back in the windup, seeming to have a little more control here this inning. Now it's to 60 pitches as he deals, and the curveball is fouled away, 2-2. And then there's one more score from around the league where there's no South Division team. The Apple Sox and the Pippins are all tied up at 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning at Yakima County Stadium, which definitely one of our favorite places to visit in terms of quality of stadium. An old minor league ballpark, a beautiful facility they have there in Yakima Valley. As now the 2-2 pitch is swung on and grounded, but just foul, a few yards away from the line. And another 2-2 count forthcoming. And just for reference, the Black Bears do have tiebreakers over the Raptors and the Pickles. That's why they only need them to lose 1 game in this series if the Black Bears end up sweeping. And on the other end, they need Bend to lose a second one because the Elks have the better record against the Knights. It's now a swing and a miss by Saunders. Dropped, though, by Martin. He fires to first and puts him down for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning. And now for Carter Sutton. How about this? 7 strikeouts today out of the 10 outs recorded for him. And Sutton came into the game with just 25 league strikeouts. And he has now set his season high, eclipsing the 6 that he had against Yakima Valley. Back on the Black Bears' only win of that series in Yakima. 3-1 win as the first pitch is a swing and a miss by Jernin, 0-1. So nice work for Sutton in what will be his last start as the Black Bears. This one tapped foul and a quick springboard jump there by Martin to try to get to that baseball. And the count now 0-2. Yeah, Sutton started as a bullpen guy for the Black Bears. Made a lot of solid appearances for them. And then they decided to start him, and it paid off well for him. His first start came against Portland, was a game the Black Bears won 2-0, went 4 1/3, did not allow a run on 3 hits and 3 walks. This is grounded on the backhand by Schwartz. The Jeter throw to first. The stretch is not in time, but my goodness, Matthew Schwartz making it look pretty over there at shortstop and kept it close. It is going to go as an infield single by Jernin, though. Matthew Schwartz reminded me of one of my baseball heroes growing up. Of course, the Pequannock, New Jersey native of Derek Jeter. I grew up a Yankee fan living in northern New Jersey. And, man, if I had $1 for every time Jeter made that type of throw, well, you know, I still probably wouldn't have that much money. But I would have maybe about $200, I'd say, throughout his illustrious career in the Bronx. So Jernin with a nice lead off the bag. This is lined up the middle. Mortensen reads it, and it drops in front for a base hit. So now back-to-back hits after the strikeout. And the Bells seeing the baseball well out of the hands of Sutton. Here's Bennett Lee, who has not seen the ball well against Carter. He's 0 for 2. Still a 5-run lead, or 5-1 lead for the Black Bears, a 4-run lead. But the Bells out hitting Cal at 7-4. So Sutton with a long look in, now pitching from the stretch. Expect a healthy diet of curveballs here to Lee, who's now up for the 3rd time today. He's the leadoff hitter in the lineup. First pitch is that tumbling curve, but misses down and out, 1-0. Now, of course, none of those other games matter, really, unless the Black Bears can nail this one down. Now, they do have the 4-run lead, but Sutton walking a tightrope back here in the top of the 4th. One ball, no strikes. And he deals. Curveball misses up and in. Got the snap, but started a little too high over at the letters, and Sutton falls behind 2-0. Carter now has pitched 3 1/3 innings. The most innings he's thrown this season is 5 1/3. That was against Yakima Valley. Got it out in the 6th inning. He did walk 5 that time. So Sutton usually likes to grip it and rip it in the windup, but takes his time, slows the game down when there's men on base. And tomorrow, the final regular season game for the Cowlitz Black Bears will be Fan Appreciation Night, so get your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com. Game time, 6:35 p.m. This line over to left. Radomski comes up throwing, and a very quick rifle in. That'll keep Jernin over at third base, but now once again, the base is loaded with 1 out. And Carter Sutton on the mound. And the last time this happened, Sutton was able to strike out 2 batters in a row.
To the plate for the Bells, center fielder Nick McLean.
Although McLean has not struck out today, he has grounded out, though, and walked. Ground ball works here as well for the Black Bears, as they could try for 2. So Jernin, Corona, and Lee all on with base hits. One run came in the last inning because of an error. No earned run so far for Sutton as the first offering misses in, and he falls behind 1-0. It's now Corey Kieran. Brian Burr starting to have some conversations as got some arms getting loose in the Black Bear bullpen. Saw Dale Takalo starting to warm up. Liam Hatakanaka now is standing as the 1-0 is hit in the air but scooped foul over on the left side. That'll clear the bleachers, and the count will leave it up at 1-1. So now the Bells have double the hits of the Black Bears, but only a 5th of their runs scored. 5-1 Cowlitz lead in the top of the 4th. Bases loaded. Sutton trying to strand them all there, or at least erase one on a double play, as this is fouled straight back. And now Sutton ahead in the count, 1-2. So that cut fastball that Sutton likes to pitch is a good one against lefties if he can get it inside. And the 1-2 is that cutter, but missed upstairs. Oh, great pitch selection from Sutton, but just couldn't drop it in at the belt. So now the count will leave it up at 2-2. And it is indeed Liam Hatakanaka getting loose for the Black Bears. He gave him 3 innings his last time out. Two-two, swung on, and he's called out as the bases are loaded, so you can't advance on a drop third strike. Carter Sutton, 8 strikeouts today. And now there's 2 down, and the dangerous Cole Hinkleman, though, stepping up. Sutton hasn't been able to figure him out today. He's 2 for 2. So let's see if once again Sutton can strand these bases loaded. Right-handed pitcher against a left-handed batter. And Sutton delivers. This is Crank Nishida. Oh, what a play by Riku! On the hop, he fires to first, and he got him for the final out of the inning. Another highlight play by Riku Nishida, who steals a sure base hit away from Hinkleman to send them down for the final out of the frame. No runs on 3 hits. No errors, all 3 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Your Black Bears leave it 5-1 on the Bells, with the Black Bears coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Baseball, YouTube, and KEDO.
All guests will receive a free raffle ticket for a chance to win great prizes. That's tomorrow night.
So a new arm in for the Bellingham Bells, and it looks like it's number 38, Josiah George, that will enter the ball game. So that means the day is done for Portugal. Let's see what his numbers were. For Connor Portugal, he went 2 innings, allowing 2 unearned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He did have a wild pitch and hit a batter. As now the baseball gods getting what they want. You make a great play in the field, and you get back up to the plate the next inning to try to double it up with some offense. Here's Riku Nishida, 5-1 Black Bears lead in the bottom of the 4th. Riku is 1 for 1. He's got a base on balls and a bunt single. And no RBI on the play, but the single did result in 2 runs scoring as there was an error by Connor Portugal. Nishida takes a strike on the outside, 1-0. Riku can collect his 12th multi-hit game of the season if he gets one here, and takes a fastball on the outside corner, 1-1. Riku had an absolutely filthy play at second to end the last inning, and what was almost surely going to be an RBI base hit by Hinkleman. So now the 1-1 is punched in the air, foul over on the left side, and the count now 1-2. Yeah, Nishida Bozette Stinson to lead it off here for the Black Bears against Josiah George. Right-hander for the Bells. Actually was yesterday's starting shortstop. He's one of those instances where they got to get an appearance for him, and then they took him out of after 1 pitch. Now Riku calls time, and he's having a quick chuckle over there with Gabe Vargas, and he's good to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and George delivers. Nishida, with that choked-up approach, fouls one off the screen and right next to Brock Bozette, who will flip it over to our bat boy extraordinaire, Grayson. And we will have another 1-2 count. And George deals and misses that time to Nishida. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now I'm trying to look for George's numbers. It's not popping up here on the point streak. And actually, just hearing from Ryan, he's making his season debut for the Black Bears on the mound. So there we go. That's would be a good reason why I'm not able to find him there. And somebody that is going to be part of their playoff roster. And George, just a recent high school graduate, is committed to Central Arizona Community College as he fouls this one off the plate and then off of Vargas's mask. And he's going to need a second to shake that one off. So Nishida going up to apologize. Yeah, no harm, no foul. He and Vargas will just get together and exchange another laugh. George, a great prospect from Bainbridge Island, Washington. And he went to Bainbridge High School. He is the 5th ranked right-handed pitcher coming out of the state of Washington in the 2021 class and 20th overall. Or 10th overall prospect, my mistake. He's just turning 20. So now 2-2 count for Nishida. A 6-pitch plate appearance for him. And the 2-2. Swung on and hit in the air over to straightaway left. Jernin is there. and it'll put him down for out number 1 of the bottom of the 4th inning. So that's what Riku does with 2 strikes. He'll try to slash the ball the other way. Caught a little too much air that time.
Good play now for the Black Bears.
As here comes Brock Bozette. He's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a flyout. And Bozette trying on up to another classic, some Tom Sawyer from Rush. Track number 1 on 1981's Moving Pictures as Bozette makes that baseball get a little 3D action. Fouled right back into the screen, count 0-1. And before today's game and yesterday's game, the first BP song was the Spirit of Radio before jumping into Brock Mortenson's playlist. We're very superstitious about our pregame BP as well as Bozette takes one low, 1-1. Bozette trying to extend a hitting streak here. On a 3-game one as he takes one in the dirt now. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Black Bears' third baseman. Brock Bozette started off his career at San Francisco in college, and then when COVID hit, he ends up transferring to Spokane Falls Community College. This is a Baltimore chop over to second. Nobody covering first again, so a nice, easy infield single to Bozette. That is going to be his 9th multi-hit game of the season. So some more miscommunication here from Bellingham. They're having an issue with all their fielders converging towards the baseball, but nobody going over to cover the bag. Well, the Black Bears will take that each and every time.
The Black Bears, right fielder, Jacob Stinson.
And here comes Jacob Stinson, who has reached twice. He's been hit once and walked. So bottom 4, 4-run lead for the Black Bears. It's 5-1. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second for them. As Stinson puts a charge in one, but gets under it too much. And that'll go over beyond the bleachers on the left side, 0-1. And Bozette, again, challenging for the first place all-time Black Bears lead in RBI in the season. He needs 2 over the next game and a half. And the hitting streak, my mistake, now up to 5 games. As Stinson hits one, hugs the line over to left. That'll hook foul. And right by the Fiber Federal Credit Union tent over there. And the count will now go to 0-2. Nishida flied out to left. Brock Bozette with a nice little infield single. And Josiah George looking for a ground ball, a double play ball for his infielders. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. And the 0-2. Swung on, punched in the air over into center field on a sinking line. Hustling in is McLean. Lambo there as well, and Lambo going to cut him off and make the catch over his front shoulder to send him down for out number 1, or 2. 2 down. Bozette with some wheels. Let's see if they decide to send him. With 2 outs and Sam Brown at the plate. Bozette's got 13 stolen bases if you count non-league games.
First baseman Sam Brown.
And has not been caught on the base path since July 23rd against Port Angeles. And he's only been caught 3 times this year. Brown 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. First pitch to him is lifted high in the air and foul over on the left side, 0-1. And now the clouds have, or rather the sun is almost completely set behind the trees here at David Story Field. So still bright outside, but those tall trees is cooling things down. The lights are on for optimal visibility. And now the 0-1. Swung on, crushed over to right, and that'll drop in front of Corona for a base hit. Bozette's got to stop at second as this is an instance where the ball was hit just a little too hard. But Brown will take it and extend his hitting streak with the Black Bears to 11 games. And Brock Mortensen going to step up now with 2 men on and 2 away. Chance to extend the lead. Now the other games the Black Bears are worried about are both in the bottom of the 6th. Port Angeles lead 1-0 on Portland. And for the Sweets, they leave it 5-0 on the Ridgefield Raptors. And then in the top of the 2nd, Bend lead Corvallis 1-0. And now the first pitch to Mortensen is popped up sky high into center field. Running over is McLean, but he's going to be called off by Jernan, who will make the grab and put him away for the final out of the inning. So the Black Bears put a couple on, but cannot come around to score. No runs on 2 hits And no errors, 2 left aboard. Let's go to the top of the 5th inning. Black Bears 5, Bells 1, with Bellingham coming to bat on your homes for Black Bears Baseball, YouTube and KEDO. Top of the 5th inning, a couple of subs for the Black Bears. Matty Fung will enter for Riku Nishida at second. And on the mound is Liam Hadakanaka, so the day is done for Carter Sun, and let's give you through his line right here. 4 innings pitched, 1 run allowed. It was unearned on 8 hits, 1 walk, and a season-high 8 strikeouts for Sutton. And that's his last outing with the Black Bears. Hats off to him. He threw 76 pitches, 51 strikes at 67.1%, as Cowles will toss it on over to Liam Hadakanaka.
Number 36, Liam.
So Liam already making his 9th appearance for the Black Bears, even though he just joined the team back on July 18th. He's 1-0 with a 2.34 ERA, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 10 Ks, 4 walks, and 5 hits. He's got a whip of 1.17, and all the runs that he allowed came against Wenatchee in 2 2/3 back on August 8th. We gave up 3 runs on 2 earned, 1 hit, and a pair of walks, 4 Ks in there as well. The strikeout number was his highest mark this season. So Matty Fung at second for Nishida. Hope everything's all right. I see him sitting down over there in the dugout.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Bellingham.
Probably just frustrated that he's out of the game. He's a big piece of this Black Bears squad, though, so hopefully he's healthy for a few reasons. One, for his personal health, of course, and his well-being, and also for what he means to this Black Bears team as Hadakanaka's fastball misses away 1-0 to Luis Aviles. Black Bears lead at 5-1 in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Aviles, Som, and Lambo. All righties against the left-handed throwing Hadakanaka, who missed away 2-0. Now, when Liam first joined the team, I thought that he was just going to be a matchup lefty, but he's proved that he can get right-handers and left-handers out, so now going to fill a long relief role today as they try to get him to eat up a few innings. 2-0 is upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. Another University of Portland pilot, Hadakanaka is. He's 6'5", 235 pounds from Bainbridge Island, Washington. And the 3-0. Up and in, ball 4. So 4-pitch walk to Aviles, and the Bell's in business. A man on with nobody out, and Charlie Som stepping to the plate. Well, oddly enough, despite all the opportunities for it, no double plays with Sun out there on the mound. So let's see if they can get their first one here with Hadakanaka, who induces ground balls at a rate of 77.8%. So now Liam comes set, trying to keep Aviles close at first base. He kicks, delivers, and there's the strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Hadakanaka tops out really in the low 80s, but his location is excellent in that funky arm angle really throws off opposing batters. And now Hadakanaka gets ready, kicks, delivers 0-1, hit in the air, but foul over on the right side, and the count goes to 0-2. So after the 4-pitch walk, Hadakanaka fights right back with an 0-2 count on the number 5 hitter in the Bells lineup. Bellingham averaged just around 5 runs scored per game. They only have 1 today. The Black Bears just around that same mark with around 5 a game. They do have 5 in this contest on 6 hits. And the 0-2. Hadakanaka let go of that one way early, missed outside. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Charlie Som. And don't forget that the final game of the regular season for the Black Bears is tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. Game number 3 against these Bellingham Bells. And you can get tickets at CowlittsBlackBears.com. It will be Fan Appreciation Night, so 20% off all merch. You won't want to miss it. Right here at David Story Field, as Psalm able to hit one off the end of the bat into the screen behind home plate. So we'll do a 1-2 all over again with nobody out. This game moving a lot slower than the last one. Of course, there was more scoring here. It's now 1-2, getting ready to go from Hatakanaka. Shallow lead from Aviles at first base, about 8 feet off. Fakes the go, and the 1-2 is grounded over to short, could be 2. Schwartz, what a stop! Gets it, the ball's picked up by Fung, fires over to first. No double play, but good heads-up defense by Matty Fung, as that's actually going to go as a 6-4. Schwartz with an odd assist as they're able to knock down the lead runner and put one out on the board here in the top of the 5th inning. So Schwartz dove to stop it up the middle and was able to just push it over enough that Fung was able to pick it up and step on the bag in time to put one away. Now they trade base runners. Aviles is out. Psalm is there at first. Here's Alex Lambo, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout, as the first offering from Hatakanaka is away 1-0. Oh, I'm loving the 3/4 sleeve Black Bear shirt. You know what? I'm going to have to pick one of those up before the end of the regular season. That is a stylish look there. And, of course, I got to represent the Black Bears when I return to the East Coast. Quick look over at Psalm, nothing doing. So a 1-0 coming up from Hatakanaka. And he delivers. Hit in the air on the right side. That'll go foul. 1-1. We're in the top of the 5th with 1 down here on YouTube and KDO. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing your Wednesday evening with us on multiple platforms. We always love having our Black Bears faithful tuned in, and hope you're enjoying yourself here. 5-1 Black Bears lead, man on first. And Hatakanaka with another throw over. 1 run on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left for the Bells. 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 left aboard for your Cowlitz Black Bears. Right in the thick of a playoff on Hatakanaka's quick throw. The tag, not in time. That was the best move that we saw Hatakanaka have, though, this time around. Picket fence, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 down. Hatakanaka's curveball just misses high and outside. 2-1 now coming up to Lambo. And now the Ridgefield and Portland games have both moved into the top of the 7th. Walla Walla still lead at 5-0 on Ridgefield. And Port Angeles are beating the Pickles 1-0 at Civic Field. And the 2-1. Hit high and deep. Booming shot to left. There it goes. Goodbye. Alex Lambo with the 2-run home run off Leo Hatakanaka. And it's a ball game here at David Story Field now, 5-3. So Lambo absolutely obliterated that baseball over into left field, cleared all 3 fences, and that'll end up in the trees. Yeah, the only issue for Lambo on that is good luck finding that baseball. It's going to be a little tough. As for Lambo, his first hit, or rather his first home run and RBIs of the season. Now bases empty for Ty Saunders, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Hatakanaka misses away 1-0. So the Black Bears are going to have to start kicking it back up on offense. They only lead by 2 now. And Hatakanaka is 1-0. 2-0 down and outside. For Lambo, that one left the yard at a 29-degree launch angle, went 354 feet with a projected distance and 96.1 miles per hour. Big thank you to John, Bob, and Siosi for delivering that information. And the 2-0 is fouled back, so Hatakanaka able to pick up a strike in the count here. And the count now 2-1 as Dale Takalo starting to get loose in the bullpen. Reliable strike thrower in the pen, long relief guy in Takalo. He has started a few times. As the Bells surging back with a 2-run home run by Lambo. Leo misses high and outside, and the count now 3-1. And Takalo almost already on the rubber. He's playing catch with Weber right now, but Gonna have to start getting up in a hurry if Hatakanaka walks this guy, but now a swing and a miss on the curve, and the count full at 3-2. Big spot if Liam can get a strikeout here. 5-3 Black Bears lead. They're up by 2 here in the top of the 5th. And the payoff pitch swung on, fouled, and a nice foul ball that time by Saunders. Just stay alive here in the plate appearance. So now the Bells with 3 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors and 8 left. The Black Bears 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 left aboard. On deck is Daniel Jernin. And the 3-2 is hit in the air over in the gap in right center. That's going to split the outfielders for a base hit. And picked up by Stinson. He had to extend his arm a bit, but able to keep him in. So nice line drive base hit. And now Daniel Jernin steps up. He's the tying run. So Hatakanaka getting hit around a little bit. Now 10 total hits against the Black Bears in today's game. 2 of them off Liam. And Daniel Jernin, no stranger to base knocks. He's got a 5th of his team's singles, or hits overall. He's 2 for 2. First pitch to him is tapped foul in the count 0-1. Now Hatakanaka can put a big eraser on this inning. If he can get a double play ball here, he will have given up the 2 runs already, but not too bad if you can get out and just get him away from the 5th with no more damage. And now needing some baseballs is Gabe Vargas. So he's grabbed a couple now from Grayson, the ball boy for the Black Bears. And now some more time in between. And Hatakanaka finally getting a baseball from Dawson Martin. I guess there have been a lot of souvenir fouls here in today's game. So taking a little while for Hatakanaka to get that baseball, as now he's looking in for the signs. And the 0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Daniel Jernin. And Jernin with a pair of singles today. Ground ball, splitting Schwartz and Bozette on the left side, and then a line drive to left center field. 1-1. Beautiful breaking ball on the outside corner. Couldn't have asked for a better pitch from Hatakanaka that time, and he's now ahead 1-2, looking for the strikeout. Probably another breaking ball here. Looking for either a swing and a miss or a ground ball swing from Jernin. Man on first is Ty Saunders. 2 runs already in this frame for the Bells on the 2-run blast by Alex Lambo. And the 1-2. Swung on and hit again high and deep into left. Going back is Radomski near the track at the wall. Goodbye, and it's a tie ball game. So Hatakanaka comes in, gives up a pair of 2-run home runs, and now we're all tied at 5 with the Bells. So now that'll almost certainly mean that, well, I'd imagine Takalo is going to come in for Corona. Hatakanaka has now given up 7 runs this season, all of them in his last 2 outings. And Brian Burris has seen enough. He's going out there to the mound, and that'll be it for Liam, who's been sensational all season long, but only able to record 1 out. So we'll step aside here as Dale Takalo going to enter the ball game. Top 5, 1 down, bases clear, all tied up at 5. And a call to the bullpen for the Black Bears right here on KDO and YouTube. Jacob, can we get a 2-minute break, please? Jacob, did you catch that? All right, thank you. Dale Takalo on the mound for the Black Bears. Top 5, 1 down as they've coughed up the lead. They're up 5-1, and now after two-run home runs, the Bells have wrapped it all up, and Emilio Corona and Bennett Lee are going to be the two batters with guaranteed plate appearances here. And we'll give you Takalo's numbers here. Although the book is closed on Hatakanaka, so let's do that first. For Hatakanaka, he went 1/3 of an inning and allowed 4 runs, all earned on 3 hits and 1 walk. So 24 pitches, 13 strikes, 54.2%, and not what Cowlitz was looking for here, as Takalo's first offering is down and away, 1-0 to Corona. Dale now making his 17th appearance for Cowlitz, including non-leagues. He's 1-0 with a 5.94 as he gets a swing and a miss on a change, 1-1. He started 4 games. He has 33 1/3 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts to 14 walks and 37 hits, a whip of 1.39. And this one is crushed high and deep. There it goes. Goodbye. 3 runs, 3 home runs this inning for the Bells. And Cowlitz are going to have to stop the bleeding soon. Another home run to left. They're now trailing 6-5. And for Corona, that's his 5th of the season and his 23rd RBI. Both those leading the team, and now the Black Bears with some work to do. So the Bells with 6 runs on 12 hits. Sutton looked great. It took him out, and now the bullpen has coughed up 5 runs this inning. Takalo delivers. This one is hit high over to center. Hustling over is Mortensen. He'll catch it at the track and put lead down for out number 2. So another high fly ball. The Bells taking advantage of the lack of wind here. They've hit 4 home runs in this series to none for the Black Bears as Nick McClain will step up. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out, a walk, and a strikeout today. This is a very when it rains, it pours moment. The Black Bears looking to bust out the umbrellas right here, trying to get McClain out with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Although despite the 5 runs, the Black Bears just trail it by 1. And now Takalo kicks, delivers, and this is hit foul over on the left side into the screen, 0-1. Again, McClain hitless in today's game. His team with 12 hits. And now 3 home runs in this inning. 2-run shots by Alex Lambo and Emilio Corona. As this one crushed into center, but Mortensen's right there. And he will make the play for the final out of the inning. But a nightmare frame for the Black Bears as they cough up their 5-1 lead as they surrender 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Bottom of the 5th, we're halfway through, and the Black Bears trail by 1 and 6-5 on YouTube and KEDO.
Dentistry offers sedation.
All right, welcome back here to the ballpark, and the Black Bears now trail for the first time in the game. They had a 5-0 lead, then a 5-1 lead, and now they trail it 6-5 after a 5-run 5th inning. 3 home runs by the Bells as Josiah George back out there for another frame of work. He's got Martin Radomski and Mensch due up. Now the Black Bears have left a lot of guys on base so far today. Although this is a bullpen game for Bellingham, so a good chance for them to come right back around here and score a couple of runs, but it's all going to start here with Darson Martin. And Cowlitz can't afford to waste this opportunity. All the other games right now kind of going their way. Ridgefield trail 5-0. Bottom of the 7th, Port Angeles tied up with Portland in the bottom of the 7th, and Bend to lead Corvallis, but it's still early. And no pitch there as the music was kept on going. So, oh no, they do count it as a pitch, so 1-0. All right, seen in the past umpires call it a no pitch. Now the 1-0 is hit in the air and will slice fair on the right field line, and Dawson Martin is in with the leadoff single. So Martin now represents the tying run, and Johnny Radomski will come on up to the plate.
To the plate for the Black Bears, number 8, Johnny
Radomski is 0 for 2. He's flied out and lined out today. And that line out was a loud one to Luis Avila, so I wish we had the velo on that, as he hit that one right on the barrel, but Aviles was playing in. Martin goes to try to steal. Here's a bunt from Radomski. Pushes it down the first base line, shuffled high, but he kept his foot on the bag. So Radomski with the sac bunt. And now the Black Bears with a tying run in scoring position for Henry Mensch. So a little 1-3 on the play.
Black Bears designated hitter, number 9, Henry Mensch.
Mensch, DH, is 1 for 2 in his return to the lineup. Henry, a power bat for Cowlitz. And the first one to him is outside with the fastball, 1-0. And Mensch has hit home runs here even with the wind. Now, no wind at all on a warm evening, so that ball's going to carry. So he's a guy that they can trust to perhaps have one leave the yard over to left field if he gets a good one. On second is Martin. The 1-0 is hit on the ground and through on the right side for a base hit. They're going to try and send Martin as the ball's dropped in right. Corona's going to send it home, and Martin will score. It's an RBI single for Henry Mensch, and the Black Bears battle right back. It's a 6-6 ball game.
Rally towels out.
You gotta love the fight from your Cowlitz Black Bears. They never give up, and even after giving up a 5 spot, are able to tie it right back at 6. And there's just one out here, and Henry Mensch on first. Here's Matthew Schwartz, 1 for 2. First throw over is not in time.
Number 4, Matthew Schwartz.
But as we know, the game far from over, as the offense for the Bells have certainly woken up. So the Black Bears going to have to add much more here and get some key outs from their pen. Now Michael Benton's starting to get loose. Breaking ball is a strike to Schwartz, and he falls behind 0-1. Schwartz has struck out looking and had a bunt single. Also scored a run in today's game. He's got Mensch waiting on first. Mensch about 9 feet off the bag, being held on by Henkelman. And the 0-1 is upstairs with the fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. George now up to 25 pitches and 18 of them for strikes, and that is 72% for the young man. So likes to fill up the zone with that fastball. The Black Bears take advantage this inning with a pair of hits. 1-1. And Schwartz gets under one and hits that one foul on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, must win today for the Black Bears. If they lose, they're not necessarily out of it completely, but will not be in great shape, especially if Bend end up winning against Corvallis. They lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Schwartz is down on strikes. Over to second is Mensch with the swipe bag. And Schwartz is down swinging, as now instead of Riku Nishida, it's going to be Matty Fung stepping up.
To the plate now for the Cowlitz Black Bears, second baseman, number 1, Matty Fung.
So Nishida, not sure what's going on with him. Matty Fung came in defensively in the last inning, just looking for a base hit here to retake the lead. Fung with a 181 average. He has 13 hits and 72 at-bats, 6 scored, 3 doubles, 5 RBI, and 9 walks. First pitch to him is a fastball high and away, 1-0. Fung also working with a 272 on base and a 222 slugging. He was 0 for 2 in his last game, a start against Wenatchee. But he did score twice. He had 3 walks against Wenatchee. 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Matty. And Matty's had quite the adventurous college baseball career. I don't even think he's gotten a chance to play a game in college baseball. We started off at Boise State, then transferred to UC Davis, and then had to transfer out of that program because of issues they were having. So now he'll be going to Santa Barbara City College. So the 1-1 is a breaking ball high and away, 2-1. And Fung's eye has really improved lately. A tough guy to strike out, as he's got a lot of walks, 9 walks to the 21 Ks. 2-1 the count. Runner in scoring position is Henry Mensch, who's knocked in a run with the base hit. And the 2-1. Fung fouls one off the glove of Som, and now the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carter Sutton threw 4 innings of 1 unearned run to baseball. And then Dale Tacklow and Liam Hatakanaka combined to give up 5 in the 5th inning, but the Black Bears able to eke out another one here and tie it up at 6. Fung with a 2-2 count. George comes set, double takes over to the bag. He deals. Fung takes one low near the shoe tops. And now the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with the leading RBI man for the Black Bears on deck in Brock Bozette. Big pitch here for the Black Bears. Payoff. Black Bears trying to add on this inning as a 3-2 inside. And Matty Fung has now walked 4 times out of his last 7 plate appearances. Well, here's Brock Bozette. He's 1 for 2. He's singled, flied out, and has been hit by a pitch today.
To the plate for the Black Bears.
He's also scored a run.
Number 3, Brock.
And we mentioned before, Bozette is just 2 RBIs away from the all-time Black Bears lead. First one to him is lined right up the middle. That'll go through for a base hit. They're going to send Mensch home. Here comes the throw. It's on target, and Mensch will beat it. It's an RBI single for Brock Bozette. Now multi-hit game number 9 for him, and the Black Bears back ahead. It's 7-6. Good base running by Henry Mensch there. As that walk from Fung. Key and Bozette now with 33 RBI, just 1 behind for the Black Bears record. Here's Jacob Stinson.
Jacob Stinson.
And Stinson is a triple away from history. He has 3 triples. And timeout coming up here on the field as looks like Adam Geeson going to head on out there and probably to send in a lefty against Jacob Stinson. So the strut and the ball taken from George. So calls to the bullpen coming up right here. Black Bears take the 7-6 lead in the bottom of the 5th with 2 down. Fung on second, Bozette on first. And we'll head over to a commercial break right here on YouTube and KEDO. Can we get a 2-minute break, please, Jacob? Thanks, sir. in the bottom of the fifth with 2 down. Ryan Sanders, there we go, in this game to face off against Jacob Stinson. So the Bells playing matchups here, lefty-lefty, and the day is not done for George. So we'll close this book in the next inning. We'll give you Sanders' season numbers. He's from Lancaster, California. Goes to St. Mary's College of California, where a lot of Port Angeles lefties attend. 5'11", 185 pounds, a sophomore. He's 2-0, including non-league games, with 5.64 ERA. It is now his 16th appearance. 22 and a third innings pitched, 30 Ks, 14 walks, 27 hits. And he's got a whip in the league of 2.07. Although Sanders has not allowed a run since July 18th against the Ben Elks, where he exploded in an inning, allowed 4 runs, all earned on 4 hits and a walk, 2 Ks. Stinson 0 for 1 today. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, and flied out. Up in a big spot here, the Black Bears looking to extend their slim 7-6 lead. And the first one to Stinson is away, 1-0. So Henry Mensch with an RBI single and Brock Bozette with RBI number 33. After the Black Bears surrender 5 in the top of the 5th inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th now with 2 away and 2 on. And Sanders is 1-0, is again in the same spot outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Though Sanders is a good call here for the Bell staff, as the next 3 Black Bears that are coming up are all left-handed. Stinson, Brown, and Mortensen. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 away. A lot of speed on the base paths with Fung and Bozette on, as Stinson takes one low and in, and a 3-0 count with Sam Brown waiting on deck. Now Sanders is an oddity here on the Bells. He's got a big ERA of 6.51 in league for a team that has a 3.10 ERA as a staff. And now the 3-0 is a fastball right down Main Street. The Get Me Over does its job, and now a 3-1 count to the University of Nevada Reno outfielder. Stinson has clutch hits in his last 2 games. Let's see if we can get another one right here in a lengthy ball game here at David Story, already 2 hours and 7 minutes in. So now the 3-1 is hit on the ground over to the shortstop. Picks it up on a hop, fires across the diamond. Stinson racing, and he is out off a good throw by Saunders. But the Black Bears are able to add a pair of runs and retake the lead. They scored 2 on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left the board. Top 6 coming up. Black Bears lead it by 1, 7-6 with the Bells coming to bat on your home for Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO. Dale Tackalo back out for another inning of work, and he did give up a solo shot, but the Black Bears can't afford to burn through too many arms, as right now Philip Rowe getting hot in the pen. It's going to be Hinkleman, Aviles, and Psalm all due up, as the Black Bears trying to put a big fat 0 on the scoreboard against the Bells here in the top of the 6th. Cowlitz retook the lead after surrendering it. They're now up 7-6. First one from Tackalo is a number over down the right field side. Ooh, a nice little routine play there made by the first base coach of the Bells, and the count 0-1.
Cole Hinkleman.
So some beautiful sunset skies out there in the outfield. Got some pinkish orange clouds in the sky that goes from a twilight into a baby blue, as a swing and a miss by Hinkleman makes it an 0-2 count. Now, Tacolo's got some good stuff, especially when he keep his pitches down. Fastball, slider, changeup for him. And he and his brother Eli, essentially the same arm. They do a great job out there. So the 0-2 is downstairs with the off-speed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lefty, righty, righty coming up this inning for the Bellingham Bells, who have 6 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A nice changeup on the outside. Gets Hinkleman out in front, and he's down for out number 1. Here's Luis Aviles. Dale, of course, the older brother of Eli on this team. Both went to Napa High School. And Aviles is 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out, and grounded out. Tacolo's first pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Good fastball there, and the count 0-1. They just need Dale to come in here and keep throwing strikes. Keep it away from these Bells hitters that have been pull happy with that left field fence. The 0-1 slider, ooh, just off the black. On the outside, 1-1. Tacolo getting some encouragement from his dugout here. They could really use a scoreless frame out of him. So now the 1-1 slider there. Oh, no. That must have been low. 2-1. Looks like a great pitch from up here. And the 2-1 is low. 3-1 to Aviles with Charlie Somm waiting on deck. And now the Sweets lead 6-0 on the Ridgefield Raptors. As Tacolo delivers outside, ball 4. So Tacolo jumped ahead 1-0. Was nibbling around the plate. And Corey Kier has got to ask Gabe Vargas where those pitches missed. So a walk from Tacolo. And now the tying run is on first in the go-ahead at the plate. So in the top of the 9th, Walla Walla trying to close it out against the Ridgefield Raptors. They lead at 6-0. Port Angeles and Portland are tied at 1 in the bottom of the 8th, and Bend lead Corvallis 1-0 in the top of the 4th. So every single game really have the Black Bears on the edge of their seats, including their own. As Tacolo's first pitch is up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. And in the last inning, Tacolo threw 5 of 6 pitches for strikes. And this time, just 4 of 10 across the plate in this frame. And the 1-0. Swung on and punched straight back. Right off the handle of the bat. 1-1 coming up to today's starting catcher for Bellingham. So again, the Black Bears need a lot of help, but they definitely need to win this game right now to avoid a pretty rough scenario, especially if Bend ended up winning today at Goss Stadium. 1-1 with 1 out. And now Somm scoring around a bunt. The runner goes. It's put down. Martin's going to pick it up on the run. Fields fires to first and puts him down for out number 2. So they go with the sacrifice bunt with 1 out. It's a good one from Somm. And now the tying runner in scoring position for Alex Lambo, who's 2 for 3, a single, a strikeout, and a 2-run home run in the last inning. So Tacolo almost certain to stay away from him here. After that moonshot he hit in the last inning, and yeah, there it is. That pitch missed down and out. 1 ball and no strikes to the number 6 batter in the Bells order. So man on second, that's Luis Aviles. He walked and then got to second base off a sac bunt by Charlie Somm. 7-6 Black Bears lead in the top of the 6th. And the 1-0. It's hit in the air over to right field. Stinson hustling over towards the line, turning on the Jets, and it'll drop foul. So the count even now at 1-1. Caden Connor is at the plate for the Raptors with nobody out in the beginning of the top of the 9th inning for them. So 1-1 coming up from Dale. He delivers, and the slider misses down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Michael Benn starting to get ready for Callants. They do have the lead. They will be without the services of Keegan Wright tonight, as He closed out yesterday's game, so it's going to be interesting to see what Brian Burris decides to do here. Is this hit in the air over to deep right? Stinson going back towards foul ground near the wall, and it just clangs off the wall as he couldn't make the grab in his glove, so the count even 2-2, and Lambo gets a break. So Alex Lambo with a long walk back, and Aviles with a trot back over to the second base bag. Right-hander Alex Lambo at the plate. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Black Bears lead it by 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. And tackle is 2-2. Check swing there by Lambo. Looked like he almost broke his wrist, but he was able to keep the barrel back. And a full count coming up with Ty Saunders waiting on deck, who has been very good in this series against the Black Bears. Big payoff coming up from Dale, trying to get the Black Bears out of the inning. And the 3-2. Swung on and lined right at Matty Fung. So Fung able to read it and squeeze it to put him away for the final out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Black Bears 7, Bell 6, with Cowles coming to bat, and your home for Black Bears Baseball, YouTube and KEDO. Ryan Saunders back on the mound in the bottom of the 6th inning. With Sam Brown, Brock Mortensen, and Dawson Martin headed to the plate, Cowles look to continue to extend their 7-6 lead here. So we can close the book now for Bellingham's Josiah George. Josiah went 1 2/3, allowing 2 runs, both earned, on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So now Saunders back in against a pair of lefties and a right-hander. Nobody warming in the Bells' pen. So Dawson Martin will get a chance against the lefty Saunders, who saw his ERA go down a little bit in the last inning, but
time to make some noise.
Some really good Black Bears bats stepping up.
Leading things off in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Black Bears. Number 39, first baseman Sam Brown.
Brown is 1 for 2. Strikeout, walk, single, and this is hit with a lot of spin over to the shortstop. Saunders fields, fires sidearm across his body, and will retire Brown for the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning. So nice and easy for Saunders that time. 1 pitch, 1 out. And here comes Brock Mortensen. Morty 1 for 3 with a double, a strikeout, and a flyout in today's game.
To play for the Black Bears.
So 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 8 left for Bellingham. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left aboard. First one to Mortensen is downstairs. Whoa, takes a crazy ricochet, or carom, I should say, off of Psalm's glove and into the screen. Mortensen's ahead in the count, 1-0. Well, if there was an at-bat for Mortensen right now to hit his 7th home run of the season, this would be it, as he cranks one foul on the left side and just over the bleachers there, 1-1. Yeah, no wind and a warm evening. Perfect conditions to challenge that 326 sign down the line. It's 88 degrees in Longview, and the wind north-northwest at 5 miles an hour, but not too bad as Mortensen swings at the next one, and 1-2. Now 1-2 count to the left-handed batter from UC Santa Barbara, who has 21 home runs in 2021. So 1-2. Is hit on the ground over to the second baseman. Lambo right there, vacuums it up, throws it across, and there he is for the final, or rather the second out of the inning. Well, new first baseman here is Luis Aviles. And now taking over at third is number 9, A.J. Davis. So Davis was there yesterday, I believe. Or Davis at least was in the game yesterday. And now he's back in there. So 2 quick ground outs from the 4-5 hitters for the Black Bears. Here's Martin, who has a single and a run scored as he takes one away. 1 ball and no strikes. And Martin takes the next one. That's a strike on the inside corner. 1-1, says Gabe Vargas, the home plate umpire. Another tight one between these two teams, and that's really what we were expecting. I was surprised that the Black Bears had jumped out to such a substantial lead against a Bell squad that's very evenly matched with them. We knew it was going to be a fight all the way through, and, well, that's what we've gotten as Michael Benz is now warming in the pen for the Black Bears. And the 2-1 is down and in at 3 balls and 1 strike with Johnny Radomski waiting on deck. And now the 3-1, Martin belts one high and deep over to center. That's going back near the wall, and it's off the barn. Martin's going to round first, head over to second. Dawson Martin finally gets rewarded for hitting one on the screws to center. He's had so many of those this year that the wind have killed. But Martin hit that one at least 387 feet. And now is in scoring position for Johnny Radomski.
To the plate now for the Black Bears, Johnny Radomski.
Radomski 0 for 2, a sac bunt, fly out, and a line drive. A great time for another run batted in for him. And for Johnny, he only has 3 of those this season. So after a trio of groundouts, Sanders allows that 2-out double. And the first one to Radomski is a breaking ball that misses high, 1-0. Mensch and Schwartz coming up next. Very dangerous 8-9. Mensch was batting cleanup for the Black Bears for a while, and Schwartz, one of the team leaders in most offensive categories, or at least is up there in the top 3. And the 1-0 is taken high by Radomski, 2-0. So Radomski in control here. Bottom of the 6th with 2 down. Another lengthy game between these two squads. Of course, the last one went extras. But here we're sitting in the bottom of the 6th with 2 away. And the 2-0. Swing and a miss by Radomski. And now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. In today's game, your Black Bears are hitting .364 with runners in scoring position. They have 4 hits in 11 tries. They also have 3 walks in those spots as well. And the 2-1. Hit in the air, high and deep, over to right. That one's carrying back towards the track, but Corona is right there to make the play. Radomski was just a few feet away from his first homer of the season, but instead, it's in Corona's glove. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left to board. Top 7 coming up. Black Bears lead at 7-6 with the Bells coming to bat. On your home for Kells Black Bears Baseball, 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KDO, Longview, Kelso, and on the Black Bears YouTube channel.
for providing.
And the Black Bears with a 7-6 lead here in the top of the 7th. Saunders, Jernin, and Corona coming up against a new arm, and it is a familiar one for all y'all. It is Michael Benz for the Black Bears. Now, he did appear 2 games ago, but just lasted 2 innings in his first start of the season. So now Benz back into the bullpen. He's appeared in 23 games now, including non-leagues. He's 4-3 with a 2.70 ERA. He's got 2 saves, 40 innings, 29 Ks, 9 walks, and 32 hits against him. He has a whip of 1.13. His last outing had a tough one against Wenatchee, allowing 4 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 1 walk. No Ks for him. And will probably be expected to get, or rather to give the Black Bears 3 innings and try to pick out a 9-out save. It's going to be tough, though, against a Bellingham lineup that has 12 hits in today's game.
For being a proud sponsor, Calais Black Bears baseball.
Ben's a fastball slider guy, also with an occasional changeup. That slider, when it's on, it is on. It could break about a foot off the plate. Not dissimilar to Miles Davis's. Miles Davis, of course, just left the Black Bears a couple weeks ago, was one of their many excellent starting pitchers. As now Benz will try to figure out the left-hander, Ty Saunders, who's been really good this year against the Black Bears. 3 hits and 7 at-bats, a run scored on a walk as well. But 3 strikeouts for Saunders mixed in there. And now another substitution for the Black Bears. It's Sean Mulcair, and he's over at first base. All right, so no more Sam Brown. Again, hope he's okay. Well, he looks to be standing in good spirits over in the dugout. And Mulcair, another lefty, just a different look there. So, again, hoping Nishida and Brown are all right as Benz misses outside with the fastball, 1-0. And Benz throws about 67% of his pitches for strikes, so deadly accurate out there on the mound. Someone the Black Bears really need here as he gets a swing and a miss by Saunders, 1-1. And the most strikeouts that Benz has had in an outing, he did it twice. He had 4 against Walla Walla on June 30th. That was in 3 2/3. And in 4 innings against Wenatchee on June 22nd, he also had 4. And the 1-1 is hit in the air high, but over on the left end, out of play. Bozette is giving chase. Oh, what a catch by a fan. Oh, no, he dropped it. Ah, that's disappointing. There was 2 fans over there in the bleachers that had reached over. I thought he had his hand on the ball, but he let it fall right down there. Oh, that would have been a fan like top 10 play of the year for sure. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Ben's looking for a K here against Saunders. He's got that low sweeping slider in his back pocket if he wants to use it. 1-2, there it is, but no chase there. So the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, these 2 teams will wrap up the regular season tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. You can catch all the action on YouTube, KDO, KDOAM.com, or live and in person. All the other ones are live as well, but also in person at CowlittsBlackBears.com. You can get your tickets. As the 2-2 check to swing, and yes, he did go. Michael Benz with a big strikeout here to start the top of the 7th, and there's 1 away. Benz saw Sonoma State teammate Jake Dent leave the team yesterday, but he's sticking around. Benz is. He's from Corte Madera, California, 6 foot and 200 pounds.
Number 19, Daniel Jernin.
Here's Daniel Jernin, and the Black Bears have had no answers for him today. A pair of base hits and a home run. First pitch is a slider, high and away, 1-0. That's got Jernin up to 571 on the series, 4 for 7 with a run scored, 2 ribbies, a stolen base, and a home run for him. 1-0. Slider, swing and a miss, and the count now 1-1. Michael Benz, certainly a candidate for somebody that scouts should really have an eye on. He's a phenomenal reliever. Maybe just get his velocity up a tick, but his location is so good. Of course, he missed there, 2-1. But that fastball slider combination and his ability to pitch multiple and high leverage innings, definitely something for people to keep an eye on, as the 2-1 is hit hard, foul into the netting, and a 2-2 count is coming up. And the 2-2 is another tapper. And we have a final in the West Coast League, and the Black Bears can celebrate a little bit. Well, they have to hold on and win this game. These Sweets have beat the Raptors 6-0, and the Black Bears own the tiebreaker with them. So if Cowlitz win, they will be ahead of Ridgefield for the playoff spot. As now this one skied in the air. Mulcair chasing it, and that will go foul. The count will stay 2-2. Now something else the Black Bears need to happen today, though, is the Port Angeles Lefties to beat the Portland Pickles. And right now, it is the bottom of the ninth, and Port Angeles coming to bat. And it's going to be Lake, Oakley, and Espinoza. Ooh, that's a good trio for the Lefties to have coming in the game. Both teams with one run on 6 hits. So that'll be a lot of fun at Civic Field. The 2-2 upstairs, and the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bend still lead Corvallis 1-0. The Knights having a lot of trouble with the bats today, just 4 hits. As the next one is grounded over to second, and ooh, nice play by Fung. Picks it up, fires to first, and retires him for out number 2. Now, Fung might not have the speed of Nishida, but of course, who does? But he still plays a great second base as he's able to glide over and steal a base hit away from Jernan. And now it's time to get Emilio Corona out. He's 2 for 3, a home run, a strikeout, and a single.
Number 16, Emilio Corona.
Right now, Jacob Kamatz for the Elks having a great game, and the shutout against the Knights so far as the first pitch change inside, swung on a miss from Corona, and the count 0-1. Risky pitch there for an opener, but pays off for Benz. The 0-1 slider is on the outside corner. Great pitch, 0-2. Benz continuing to fire him in here. 14 pitches and 9 for strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. And Benz kicks, fires, 0-2, checked his swing. He did not go. And now the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to the 9 batter in the order. Yeah, especially if Benz is able to keep his pitch count down. He's going to be relied upon to try to get 9 outs. He's got 2 already, 1-2 slider, swing, and a miss, strike 3. He got a Michael Benz on the slider as he strikes out the side in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. It's stretch time here in David Story Field as the Black Bears will send up Mensch, Schwartz, and Fung with a 7-6 lead. Looking for more on YouTube and KEDO. Henry Mensch, Matthew Schwartz, Matty Fung to lead off the bottom of the 7th. The Black Bears looking for some State Farm insurance runs here as they lead at 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th. And of course, any extra runs that give the Black Bears the lead or keep them ahead are brought to you by Bob Beal and Scott Fisher of State Farm in Longview. Bob Beal, you can reach him at 360-425-5432, and Scott Fisher at 360-432-9500. Your State Farm agents of Longview, proud sponsors of your Cowlitz Black Bears. Henry Mensch up there, and man, are the Black Bears happy to have him back in the lineup. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI single, another single, and a flyout as he squares around a bunt, pulls it back, but the curveball from Sanders is in there, 0-1. Now Sanders gets ready, he rocks, and he delivers the 0-1. Mensch fouls it straight back, means he was right on it, and the count now 0-2. So as it stands right now, the Black Bears a half game back of Ridgefield. in the standings. And if they win today, they'll end up tied with them. And hoping now that the Port Angeles lefties can work a walk-off, as that one is downstairs, and the count now 1-2. Lefties and the Pickles all tied at 1. 2 down, and Nick Oakley at the plate. That can't be right. I think he just got out, so it's got to be Javi Espinoza. And now the 1-2 is taken down and in. Saunders missing near the shoe tops of Mensch over the last two, after jumping ahead. Great part of the Black Bears lineup coming up here. You got Mensch, power bat, Schwartz, great extra base hit. Guy, Matty Fung hits a lot of liners, and Brock Bozette, of course, leads the team in RBIs. The 2-2 is chopped, going to be a foot race. Picked up by Davis on the hop. He fields, fires over to first. Mensch flying, and he's safe, as coming off the back is Luis Aviles. So the Black Bears with the leadoff base runner. So that'll go as an error by A.J. Davis, the third of the game for the Bells, and that could end up being a severely costly one, as the Black Bears now, with 1 on, nobody out, and Matthew Schwartz to the plate.
Matthew Schwartz.
Schwartz bunt single and a couple of Ks. Up against Saunders now. And now they're going to extras over there at Civic Field, tied at 1. And he squares around the bunt, goes off the glove of Psalm, and Mensch is going to get over to second with a stolen base. So he was off and running before the pitch was released. And now for Mensch, that is his 7th swipe back of the season, his 2nd of the game. So the running game continuing to be a big part of the Cowlitz Black Bears offense. Schwartz, an LCC product, loves hitting at home. As it told me in an interview, he's planning on coming back for the next quarter, as the 1-0 is hit in the air foul, and the count now 1-1. Man, there's so many college baseball seasons I'm going to have to follow after this year. Going to want to keep tabs on all these Black Bears. They've really been a special team. As of today, they are actually the best Black Bears team ever in terms of winning percentage. And if they win today, I believe they'll clinch that mark. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom 7. 7-6, Black Bear lead over the Bellingham Bells. The 1-1. Mensch squares around, pulls it back, and it's a strike on the inside corner. So that strike from Sanders. He threw another one over to Mensch. Same one was a tumbling curveball. So Mensch on second. And a long look from Saunders. Wanted to make sure he gets this one right. Mensch with a huge lead off the back at second. The 1-2 is in there. Strike 3. And now down looking and striking out for the 3rd time is Schwartz. And there is 1 away. Here's Matty Fung.
That'll bring up second baseman Matty.
So Schwartz that time fooled by the speed. Just watched that go in across the belt. Was sitting fastball there. And here's Matty Fung. He's 0 for 0 with a walk. And Nishida exited the ball game a little bit later on, or earlier on, I should say. The first one to Fung is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Yeah, I hope everything's all right with Nishida. Also with Sam Brown, as he made an early exit to this game. Sean Mulcair is going to hit in the cleanup spot for the Black Bears now after taking over at first base. And Sanders, again, taking his time in between pitches, as the 0-1 on the way is low and outside. Tried to hit the same spot he did with the prior pitch, but missed a little low, 1-1. The Bells again getting somebody loose in the pen. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 down. And there goes Mensch for third. Here's the pitch, a sign away, the throw, and they got him. Henry Mensch is caught stealing third. The Black Bears a little too aggressive there. And now nobody on. And a 2-1 count to Matty Fung. I'm not really sure why the Black Bears tried to steal third there. They already had the runners in scoring position. And there was a lefty at bat, so it's a nice, easy throw, as now Fung even in the count 2-2 after the fastball. And in a way, you take an RBI opportunity away from Brock Bozette. As if Fung gets out here, Bozette will have to lead off the inning. It's a 2-2. And the breaking pitch misses high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cowlitz absolutely clinging to the 7-6 lead. Michael Benz is in the game for them on the mound, so he's somebody that they certainly trust. But very little margin for error. And Fung swings and misses on one knee. He's down on strikes for the final out of the inning. No runs for the Black Bears. No hits, 1 error, and nobody left aboard. Top 8 coming up. Black Bears 7, Bells 6, and the Bells coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball, YouTube and KEDO.
For the playoffs.
Here we go in the top of the 8th, and some more good news for the Black Bears faithful. Thank you to Bob for pointing it out for me. The Corvallis Knights in the bottom of the 5th have taken a 2-1 lead, and they're not done here. There's nobody out with runners on the corners for them in that bottom of the 5th inning. They have 2 runs on 7 hits, and the 2 runs that they have are thanks to Kiko Romero, who was at the plate with a wild pitch to score a run, and Nick Vogt also got himself an RBI single. So Vogt had the walk-off last night.
Leading off the 8th inning for the Bells.
But unfortunately for the Black Bears, the Pickles with 2 on and 1 down against Port Angeles in the top of the 10th. Right now for the Black Bears, top 8, 7-6 lead, as the slider from Ben Salee is a strike, and the count 0-1. And as promised, a lot of scoreboard watching. It's important for Ben to lose and also for Portland to lose. And more important for the Black Bears to win. The 0-1, another slider misses low, dusts the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Black Bears defense looking differently than it did earlier. The entire right side of the infield has been subbed out with Fung at second and Mulcair at first. Again, hoping everything's all right with Nishida and Brown. As the fastball on the outside is hit foul. And the count 1-2 to Bennett Lee. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Benz misses away, 2-2. Benz at 21 pitches, 13 strikes, and no action in the bullpen. This is Benz's game to close. They're trying for that 9-out save for him. Again, the Mark Wadarovich and James Bradwell leaving certainly gave their pitching depth a hit. So the 2 relief aces remaining are Benz and Wright, as this is hit in the air over to shallow right. Hustling in is Stinson. That's going to dunk in for a base hit as Lee has his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Nick McLean.
So here's Nick McLean, who is 0 for today. Ground out, walk, strikeout, fly out. So 4 plate appearances, 3 at-bats. Cowlitz looking for that ground ball. It's been elusive for them today as Benz delivers, and the slider is low, 1-0 to the lefty. And now Benz really into the meat of this Bells lineup. McLean, the number 2 batter, followed by A.J. Davis and then Luis Aviles. And the 1-0. Hit on the ground to first and past the diving Mulcair. That'll go into right field. Hustling around the bag at second is Lee. He'll get to third. Schwartz is able to cut off the throw, and now back-to-back hard base hits with nobody out. Runners on the corners for the Bells. So now A.J. Davis stepping to the plate as he came in at first for Nick Hinkleman. And Davis went 0-4 in yesterday's game, 0 for 5, reached on an error and struck out. And now a meeting in the infield. Let's see if any more scores have changed from around the league. Nope, still 1-1. Portland and Port Angeles tied up, and Corvallis in the bottom of the fifth, 2-1 on the Ben Elks. The final, Walla Walla beat Ridgefield 6-0, and the Apple Sox with 5 on top of the Pippins, who have 4 in the bottom of the eighth. Now Eli Takalo is starting to get loose in the pen for the Black Bears, but they're hoping that Benz can get out of this jam. Now the deliberation disperses, and we're ready to go. And the Bells hitting .412 as a team today, 14 hits and 38 at-bats, or 38 plate appearances. Davis squaring around a bunt. First one from Benz is pulled back. Here's the throw to second, cut off by Benz, and a stolen base for McLean. So that might not pull the bunt back, though. They still might want Davis to drop one down to bring a run in. So Benz really needs a pop-up or a strikeout here, and really an infield pop-up. 1-0 to A.J. Davis, right-handed batter. And Benz's 1-0 is up and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Tough spot for Cowlitz. They're only up by 1 here, and there are 2 in scoring position for Bellingham. Ahead in the count is Davis, who takes the slider on the outside, 2-1. Davis from Clarkston, Washington, goes to Lewis Clark State College, 6'2", 180 pounds. And Davis hitting just .213 on the season, 29 hits and 136 at-bats, triple home run, 14 driven in, and 34 strikeouts. It's the 2-1. Slider swing and a miss. Great one by Benz. Started it on the corner, and it's swept away outside. No chance for contact from Davis. And now the count even at 2-2. Another thing that makes this more challenging for the Black Bears is Nishida and Brown, their defense is out of the game as well as their powerful bats. And Benz with the 2-2 slider swung on and tapped foul. He got that one inside on Davis. And the count even now at 2-2. Black Bears own a tiebreaker over the Pickles and the Raptors. If they end up tied with them at the end of the regular season, the Black Bears will advance to the postseason for the first time since 2012. And need a victory right here. 2-2. Slider down and out, and now a dangerous full count to A.J. Davis. Takalo has not started throwing off a mound, though. Still just playing catch with Weber. Nobody out, top 8. 7-6 ball game. The Black Bears ahead after 2 runs in the bottom of the fifth to answer 5 in the top of that frame. Scoreless sense on both sides. The payoff. Swung on, hit in the air to deep right center. Stinson's going to get there. That should bring in a run. Stinson comes up firing. He's going to try for third. Here's the throw, the tag. Oh, he dropped the ball. So 1 out, and the run comes in. We're all tied up at 7 here at David Story Field. And now the Black Bears in another tough spot. Runner on third, Luis Aviles at the plate. A ground ball to the right side will score him. Or another fly ball. But Aviles today is 0 for 2. He's grounded out, walked twice, then struck out. Benz tries to pick off the third, and it goes away. Here comes McLean. He will score, and the Bells back on top. It's 8-7. And that's an E1 for Benz, and a few questionable decisions made by Cowlitz in the past inning or so. The attempted steal of Mensch to third base, and now attempted pickoff over to third by Benz. That, not the highest risk-reward situation there. So now the Black Bears have again coughed up the lead. They trail by 1 as Benz misses inside, and the count 1-0. Well, Cowlitz might need a mound meeting or something here from Corey Keir. Just try to straighten things back out and get them back on the right track. They still only trail by 1, but they got to get out of this inning as Benz missed in again, and a 2-0 count. Benz uncharacteristically erratic out there. And the next one from Benz is high, 3-0. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. And he deals. There's a strike at the belt that time, and the count now 3-1. Let's see if Benz can bounce back after falling behind 3-0 and pick up 2 outs. The bases are empty here. 3-1 is ripped foul, 3-2. And the payoff from Benz is crushed on a line. Radomski is able to make a nice read and put him away for the second out of the inning. So Benz with a blown save in there. And the Black Bears will have 6 outs to try to make up at least 1 run. So here's Charlie Somm, not out of the woods yet, the Black Bears are. 0 for 3, ground out, strikeout, sac bunt, and a fielder's choice. First one to Somm is upstairs, 1-0. 8 runs, 14 hits, 3 errors, 9 left for Bellingham. For Cal, it's 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left the board. 1-0 is hit in the air high over to right field. Stinson, though, is right there near the track, and he will make the play for the final out of the inning. But once again, the Bells are able to jump ahead as Bellingham are able to score 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 big error, 2 big errors by the Black Bears, and nobody left aboard. Bottom of the 8th coming up. The Black Bears certainly need some help here. Bozette, Stinson, and Mulcair stepping on up against a new arm, and we'll tell you who it is right after this on YouTube and KDO. It's Sweet Caroline time here at David Story. Bozette, Stinson, Mulcair due up as the Black Bears now trail again by just a run. The last time that they gave up some runs in an inning, though, that surrendered the lead, they were able to come on back. So let's see if they can do it right here. Bozette 2 for 2. An RBI single, hit by pitch, and a flyout. Big back and forth affair. There have been a lot of lead changes today. The Black Bears led, then the Bells led, then it went back to the Black Bears, back to the Bells. So 3 lead changes. Black Bears looking for a 4th one here, trailing by 1, and with one of their best hitters at the plate.
Bring out your Busac Electric Rally Towels. It's time for a rally. Leading out the bottom of the 8th for the Black Bears. Number 3, Brock Bozette.
So new arm is Justin Tucker. No, it's not the Ravens kicker, as the first pitch is cut on and missed by Bozette, and the count 0-1. Yeah, it caused me some problems. I thought that he was going to be number 9, so I'm looking around to the roster. I'm like, where is this guy? Because that's what the Baltimore Ravens player's number is. But no, he's 25. And Tucker making his 9th league appearance of the season, 12 overall. He's a 4.95 league ERA as Bozette swings and misses, and the count quickly 0-2 after the nice curve. Tucker from Renton, Washington, goes to Pacific Lutheran University, 6 foot and 190 pounds. 2-2 with a whip of 1.45. And the 0-2 is in there. Strike 3. Bozette watches that curveball go right by. And there it is for out number 1.
bring a right fielder, number 18, Jacob Stinson.
Here's Jacob Stinson, 0 for 2 today. A walk, hit by pitch, fly out, and ground out. Great time for his first hit of the ball game right now. And the first offering to him is outside for a ball, 1-0. Again, the Black Bears just down by 1, not too far away. As a few mental errors have really cost him. It's back in the last inning as the 1-0 to Stinson is a fastball right down the heart of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 8th with 1 down. Bellingham 8, Black Bears 7. Counts with that middle of the order up. 1-1 is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So we can give you a final line on Ryan Saunders. Saunders pitched 2 Sanders 2 1/3 innings to not allow a run on 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. He threw 34 pitches, 19 strikes, and 55.9% across the plate. As Stinson takes one down and away, 3-1. So hey, any base runner the Black Bears can get here is helpful here. So it immediately becomes the tying run. Stinson already the tying run, just being at the plate. And the 3-1 smashed foul on the right side. So we'll have a full count to Stinson. And we'll look over. It's now the bottom of the 10th inning at Civic Field, and the lefties have the bases loaded with nobody out. So that could help the Black Bears as long as they're able to try and, actually go ahead and win this as, way up and away. So a definitive walk that time for Stinson. And he's aboard for Sean Mulcair.
Stepping to the plate for the Black Bears.
Mulcair, left-handed batter from the University of Portland.
Mulcair.
Now all 4 Portland Pilots have been in this game with him stepping to the plate. Mulcair down with a 138 average, but 182 including non-leagues. He has 9 hits and 65 at-bats, 2 doubles, and 5 RBI. And his last game went 0 for 4. That was in yesterday's contest with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch is hit in the air, high and deep, over to left, but that's going to hook foul, 0-1. Mulcair's got some pop, as he had a home run against Ridgefield back on June 2nd. In similar conditions here to their ballpark, no wind, and a short right field wall. In terms of distance, 0-1. Swing and a miss by Mulcair, and he's falling behind. No balls and 2 strikes to Justin Tucker. And Tucker's last outing came against the Highline Bears and went 2 scoreless, allowing a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. So Tucker's got that heavy curveball. Let's see if he throws it here to Mulcair with an 0-2 count. Man on first is Stinson. He has a stolen base today, and instead ball slips out, gets away. So I'm going to pick it up, sidearms it over to second, and the ball gets dropped. The Black Bears really caught a break there as Stinson was dead to rights at the bag, but that's going to go as a wild pitch. And a 1-2 count. So now the tying run in scoring position for Cowlitz. It'll be up to Mulcair. If I'm Tucker, I'd probably go back to that curve here. Tucker checking over on Stinson, and he deals, misses high with the fastball, and away, 2-2. Mulcair coming in a little cold today. He did have a couple innings in the field, but it's his first time up to bat, and he does not have a hit since July 28th against Yakima Valley. He hasn't been on base since August 5th against Ridgefield, where he walked. Or my mistake, no, he got on base a couple of times against Wenatchee on August 7th. My mistake. And the 2-2. Upstairs and away, and this time Stinson can definitely take to third base. So now the tying run 90 feet from home, and man, what a game we're witnessing right here at David Story. 3-2 coming up from Tucker to Mulcair. He kicks, he delivers, and misses in. Ball 4, and now the Black Bears have the go-ahead run on base for Brock Mortensen. If the Black Bears take the lead, they will just need to get 3 more outs.
Black Bears fans.
Mortensen is 1 for 4 today. He's already got 3 RBI.
Mortensen.
Morty's got 6 big flies this season. Ooh, and comes up to the John Cena intro. You gotta love it. He is the tough guy at the plate for Cowlitz. His clutch in big spots. Runners on the corners, 1 down. First one to Mortensen is hit on the ground, and that's going to go through the right side for a base hit. Coming in to score is Stinson. Mulcair to second, and we're all tied up at 8. So Mortensen with a hard grounder, his 4th RBI of the game, and his 23rd of the year, including the non-leagues. And now Dawson Martin steps up with a chance to give his team the lead. We're looking out of town again, and the lefties blew a bases loaded 1-out situation. And now we're there in the 11th. 3-0 count to Evan Leibel against Zach Thomas, who had the Black Bears number. Martin is 2 for 4. He's singled and doubled. Man from the University of Nevada, Reno. He's been hitting the ball really hard lately. It'd be interesting to see what they do here. Now, they have Radomski on deck, who's not a high contact guy, so I don't know if they would bunt with Martin. I think you just let Martin swing away. I think that's got to be the plan. Dawson has 2 multi-hit games this season, including one today. He had another one against Corvallis back on June 18th. And they're going to stick with Justin Tucker. So the deliberation disperses. Black Bears having a great day with runners in scoring position, looking to keep it going. And today hitting .357, 5 hits, 14 at-bats. Here's Dawson Martin. Nice single to right and a double off the barn in center field. Mulcair and Mortensen both with plenty of speed. Righty Tucker kicks, delivers, and gets a swing and a miss by Dawson, 0-1. And Johnny Radomski waits on deck. So Cowlitz once again able to answer right back after giving up some runs and eviscerates the lead of the Bellingham Bells. The 0-1 is a strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes to Dawson. So Dawson going to wipe the sweat off his brow and get recollected. And what is almost certainly a breaking ball count, although Tucker has gotten into 2 strike counts and then has been missing pretty badly. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Martin with a lot of power at the plate as the 0-2 is high with the breaking pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a good pitch to take from Martin, as that ended up above his belt, and it didn't really hang too much. It just kind of floated in a little too high, and not too much he would be able to do with it anyway. So now 1-2, much more favorable count for him. Tucker's been leaving his breaking pitches a little too high. And the 1-2, breaking ball again is high, this time more elevated, and closer to Martin's body, a 2-2 count. So you think Tucker might abandon the breaking ball here after missing with it 2 times in a row, so Martin should get a fastball to hit. Always a chess game between the batter and the pitcher. Setting up down and away is Somm. He delivers. There's the fastball. Ooh, but it's just off the black. And now a full count to the Black Bears backstop today. Payoff coming up from Tucker. He kicks, he fires, and this is hit high in the air to right. That's going to hook foul and head out of play. Liking the toughness of Martin there, able to really give a baseball a long trip over by the Bells bullpen. Another payoff pitch coming up from Tucker. Tucker, I think, is abandoning the curveball here. He has had no command of it. As the 3-2, another fastball low and outside, and the Black Bears have loaded the bases. So what did we say when Martin fell behind 0-2? Tucker has not a lot of secondary command out there, and it'll be up to Johnny Radomski, who is a big-time walk drawer for this team, as Radomski has 14 of them in 107 plate appearances. See if Johnny Radomski can give the team the lead here. Bases loaded, one down, corners in, and middle infielders back. First one to Radomski, down and away as Tucker has now lost the strike zone. Tucker, 24 pitches, 11 have crossed the plate. 8-8, tied up in the bottom of the 8th. 11 hits for the Black Bears, 2 errors, 9 left for Bellingham. 14 hits, 3 errors, and 9 left aboard. Another nail-biter here at David Story. 1-0. Swing and a miss off the change from Tucker. Even the count at 1-1. Radomski's 0 for 3 today. He has flied out twice, lined out once, and has a sacrifice bunt. Mulcair and Mortensen with a lot of speed and scoring position. Single could give the Black Bears a 2-run lead. They just need a fly ball from Johnny, though, as the 1-1 is a good take. You can tell, if you're watching on YouTube, he's starting to break his hands. He thought about swinging, then recognized the breaking ball, kept it back, and now jumps ahead in the count 2-1. Martin on first. Mortensen on second. He drove in to run this inning, and Sean Mulcair waiting at third. Here's the 2-1. Fastball is chopped over to third. He's only got one play. He's going to try for home. He's got it. No one over to first, so it's a 5-2 fielder's choice. That's why you play your corners in. And it's going to be up to Henry Mensch.
To the plate for the Black Bears, number 9, Henry Mensch.
Mensch has got some hits today. See if you can get a third. 2 for 4. Single, fly out error. First pitch to him is belted high in the air to right, but that's foul. Still 3 on. 4 Callets in a big spot, trying to take the lead so that they can close it down in the top of the 9th. With Lambeau, Saunders, and Jernan due up for Bellingham. Trying to put the pressure on the Bells as the 0-1 is on the outside corner, and Mensch is ahead 0-2. Now again, Tucker has not thrown a lot of curves. He's only gotten fastball change. You can tell his changeup is not his best secondary pitch. And he doesn't want to be overly erratic with that breaking ball, as he almost hit a couple righties earlier. No balls, 2 strikes and 2 down. Tucker in a big jam with the bases loaded. He kicks, he fires, and misses away, 1-2. And it's going to be Benz out in the next inning. I mean, he's their guy. No reason to take him out. He's at 39 pitches. Only one of the runs in the last inning were earned. 1-2, 2 down, 3 on. Mensch at the plate in his return to the lineup. The 1-2 is hit in the air, foul. Now that might have been ball 2, but it was too close to take. So Mensch doing exactly what every good hitter does, and is able to flail that one away to live to fight another pitch. Great at-bats this inning by Dawson Martin, working a walk after falling behind 0-2. Brock Mortensen able to pull one over on the right side through the hole to drive in a run. See if the Black Bears can put the icing on the cake here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 down. 1-2 to Mensch. He delivers and misses high, 2-2. Again, that curveball from Tucker, I don't have the percentages on it, but strikes on that particular offering have been few and far in between. Deuces wild to Mensch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And Tucker delivers, swung on, and fouled away. Henry Mensch not making it easy for Tucker. I'd like to remind you, even though it's the 8th, to stay tuned after the final out for your Counts Black Bears postgame show brought to you by the Daily News. We will have a player interview up here as it is a home game. Wrap everything up for today and get you ready for tomorrow's regular season finale against the Bellingham Bells at 6:35 p.m. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another one from Tucker, and he misses upstairs. Snap throw to first, and just back in time with the slide was Radomski. Oh, that would have been a tough way for the Black Bears to end the inning, but Radomski just back in there. And a walk as good as a hit here. Now, I'd almost guarantee fastball coming from Tucker. Can't risk a walk here, and you have to make Mensch beat you. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Chance for the Black Bears to take the lead. Mensch at the plate. He kicks, delivers. Mensch pops it up on the right side. Aviles over by the track, and he'll make the grab to end the inning. So the Black Bears had the bases loaded, and now if they want to win, they're going to have to walk it off, but they did tie it up as they score 1 run on a 1 hit. No errors and 3 left aboard. Top 9 coming up. We're all tied up at 8 with the Bells coming to bat, and Ben's back on the mound on YouTube and KDO. Top 9, Benz against Lambo, Saunders, and Jernin. And some not so great news. The Bend Elks have now taken a 5-2 lead on Corvallis. It's the bottom of the 6th, and the Knights have 1 down and a man on, so they do have a situation to come back around. They have the bottom part of their order up. And Corvallis, a team not known for giving up too easily. Port Angeles, in the meanwhile, are in the bottom of the 11th, all tied up at 1. Ethan Floodstrom's at the plate with nobody on and 1 down. So Black Bears will try to send down at 6, 7, and 8, a really tough part of the order for the Bells today. Yeah, this part of Bellingham got a combined
Go to the 9th inning, leading things off
4 now.
Number 36, Alex Lambeau.
Oh, geez. We've got 7 hits. So half the hits have come from this section of 3 as Benz misses off speed up and inside 1-0. Now Benz's next offering is down and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Black Bears need a 0 on the scoreboard here. They have Schwartz, Fung, and Bozette coming up in the bottom of the 9th. 2-0 is a strike. Nice slider. 2-1. They're riding or dying with Benz here, just like they did with Keegan Wright yesterday. It worked with Keegan. See if it works today with another great reliever for your Black Bears. As the 2-1 slider is pinched foul, and we'll do a 2-2 count to Lambeau. So way to go for Benz for battling back. Well, the Black Bears have 3 walk-offs this season. 1 yesterday, 1 with Jaden Shepard, and 1 from Matty Fung. Two balls, 2 strikes. He deals. Slider, check the swing. Did he go? No, he did not, said John Poland, so the count now full. So the Black Bears got some help. Ridgefield lost. Portland have a chance to lose. And Bend are in the lead against Corvallis. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Benz deals, and this is fouled away. And the count remains full, 3-2. Well, this game is pretty crazy for the Black Bears for a lot of reasons. 1, a win keeps them in the playoff race, and 2, they have not had a 4-game winning streak all year long. If they do pick up the W today, that's exactly what they will get, as the payoff is, again, fouled away. So Lambeau putting together a really tough plate appearance against the Sonoma State right-hander. The Black Bears really have taken a hit pitching depth-wise, and I don't even know who they would turn to, as this one's rolled over down the third base line. 3-2. I mean, they have Philip Rowe available. And Eli Takalo as well, but those are not two guys that they usually use in high leverage spots. They both got the stuff to handle it, but just based on the history of this season, as Benz gets a grounder, and that's foul on the first base line this time. So now Lambo with a 9-pitch plate appearance. It's nobody out, nobody on. 8-8 tie ball game. Lambo's 2 for 4, single strikeout, homer, line drive. And Benz delivers, misses high, so Lambo wins the battle. And now the go-ahead run is on base for Ty Saunders. Saunders, 2 for 4, single strikeout, single strikeout. That's what he's done today. Lambo with a big lead off the bag at first, 10 feet off, being held on by Mulcair as he calls time immediately. Again, the Black Bears will have Schwartz, Fung, Bozette, righty, lefty, righty, and then Stinson, another lefty, to try and come out ahead in the bottom of the ninth. Squaring around a bunt is Saunders, and he pulls it back. The pitch from Ben's high, 1-0. Ben's 50 pitches, 29 strikes. It's only 58%. Not where we're used to seeing him, as Philip Rowe getting loose in the Black Bears' pen beyond the left field wall. Again, squaring around is Saunders. Benz delivers. It's popped up. Bozette. Oh, dives. Can't come up with it, but has a play to second. Schwartz is there. Keeps his foot on the bag. And it is a 5-6 on the fielder's choice. Now, Bozette's upset because he might have been able to get a double play, but the Black Bears will certainly take that.
Daniel Jernin.
As Bozette nearly had a diving stop there, so the 5-6. There's one out. Lambo is out on the force, and now Daniel Jernin steps up, 3 for 4. They finally got him out the last time that he was at the plate. 2 singles, a home run, and a ground out. Benz throws to first, not in time. Benz does have the best move on the team. Certainly more comfortable with him throwing to first. Man, Port Angeles and Portland are now in the 12th inning. Both teams with 1 run on 7 hits. Benz deals, slider, inside, strike, 0-1. Plenty of fans sticking around here despite the heat, cheering on their Black Bears, hoping that they can go one step closer. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Saunders, the big lead off the bag. And Benz delivers. Another slider is hit high in the air and deep over to left, but Radomski is there near the track, and he will collect it for out number 2. Made a nice sound off the bat, but the way Radomski was tracking it down, you knew it was going to stay in. Now Emilio Corona is up 2 for 4, a single and a home run sandwiched between a pair of strikeouts.
Emilio Corona.
So Benz needs just 1 more out here. Let's see if he can get it. And he throws to first, not in time. Saunders is a speedster over there, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him. Of course, most middle infielders are. Probably first pitch slider from Benz. There it is, and it misses low, 1-0. And it is tough for the Black Bears with Nishida and Brown out of the lineup. They are playing the 9th inning on hard mode here. It's no knock on Fung or Mulcair. They just don't have their best on base and power bat coming up. And the 1-0. Fastball swing and a miss, 1-1. 8-8, tie game. The Bells with 1 in the 3rd, 5 in the 5th, 2 in the 8th. The Black Bears 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 8th inning. Cal's looking to hold Bellingham scoreless for a 6th time here in the top of the 9th, and the Black Bears will just need to push 1 across in the bottom of the 9th if they're able to do that. Also good bunters and Fung and Bozette do up as another swing and a miss by Corona on the off speed, and Ben's 1 strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 9th inning. Big 1-2. He deals slider down and outside. 2-2 to Corona. Good choice, but started it a little low, so nothing for Corona to whet his appetite there to swing the bat. And the 2-2. Swung on. Ooh, fouled back by Corona. He was simultaneously right on it, but also nearly missed it, because when you foul straight back, it means you missed it by just a little bit, but his timing did not look great on it. Saunders on first. 8-8 tie, top 9. Corona at the plate. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's Benz. He double sets. He delivers up and in, and now the count is full. What I meant by double set is he tapped his head down. He did only set once. Of course, did not flinch for a balk. So Von Michael Benz here. Let's think for a second. It's a 3-2 with 2 down. Corona's hit the ball hard. He has struck out twice. If you start him with a slider that's right on the edge, he's going to have to swing at it, because you got to swing at anything close. 3-2. Fastball, strike 3 as Benz falls down off the rubber, but picks up a scoreless inning. No runs in the frame on no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Bottom of the 9th, do the Black Bears have their 4th walk-off and their 2nd in a row in their bones? Let's find out here on YouTube and KDO. You won't want to miss it. 8-8 tie at Davis Story. Here we go, bottom of the 9th. 8 for the Black Bears, 8 for the Bells. Chance to walk it off. Justin Tucker on the mound, and honestly, really surprised that they're sticking with Tucker. He gave up a run in the last inning. Walked 3, struck out a batter and allowed a hit, and the Bells don't have anybody warming. Schwartz 1 for 2, 3 strikeouts and a single. First pitch is line up the middle for a base hit. Just past Saunders, and now the winning run is on base. Hit number 12 for Cowlitz today. Matthew Schwartz now with his 16th multi-hit game of the season. Well, here's Matty Fung, and you know what he did once for the season for the Black Bears? You guessed it, he has a walk-off. Double against the Ridgefield Raptors. Of course, that was a far low-scoring game. 3-2, Fung now being tasked to bunt. Lefty against the righty. Schwartz leads off the bag at first. The pitch is high and away, or it'll actually end up low and away. Wow, that really tumbled down. 1-0. Brock Bozette waits on deck. He'll likely have a chance to both tie the Black Bears record in RBIs and walk it off. 1-0. And another bunt being shown by Fung. Pulls it back, and it's a ball low, and Fung ahead in the count 2-0. Fung has walked and struck out today. And Bozette, of course, super dangerous righty, waits behind him. So the bunt seems to have psyched Tucker out a little bit. He's still sticking with that curveball. And the 2-0 is popped up, a bunt, and it splits the infielders, but is ended up caught by Davis. And now there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. And that one was actually above Fung's bat head. Usually when you pull it back on, I think Fung thought that he can just push it down, but instead it's just a man on first for Bozette. Bozette, 2 for 4. Hit by pitch, fly out, single, strikeout. Bozette had a chance to win the game for the Black Bears yesterday. Came up a little short. Let's see if he can do it now. First one to him is downstairs, 1-0. My scouting report on Tucker currently is he's either grooving the fastball or missing with the curve. That's just what's happened today. He's 50-50 with balls and strikes over 40 pitches. 1-0. Bozette swats one hard, but will chop foul on the left side. 1-1 with Stinson on deck. And Stinson walked it off yesterday. Again, the Black Bears can only win if they walk it off. So they'll have to have it as their 4th of the season. And they definitely need the win as Portland lead Port Angeles 2-1. In the top or the bottom of the 12th, and Bozette takes a strike, curveball right down the middle, and now a 1-2 coming up to Bozette. Bozette has 33 RBI this season. A 34th will win the game and put him in a tie for first place all time for the Black Bear lead. The 1-2 is hit high and deep over to center. But back on the track is McLean, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So Bozette gives it a ride, but is ultimately sent down. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. Still a chance, though. Here's Jacob Stinson. Well, Stinny did it yesterday. Bases were loaded. A dribbler to third. Got the job done. He's 0 for 2. Walk, hit by pitch, fly out, ground out, and walk. Looking for his first hit of the contest. Shores led off the inning with a single. Tucker about to throw pitch number 44, and the offering is outside, 1-0. Sean Mulcair waits on deck, and then Brock Mortensen behind him. And Stinson got 2 hits in yesterday's game. So that was his 18th multi-hit of the season, trying to extend an 11-game hitting streak here. 1-0. Crushed high and deep to right. That one's going back, way to the track, and caught by Emilio Corona. So the Black Bears lead it off with a single, but cannot bring him in to score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Free baseball again, back-to-back games for Cowlitz. And Lee, McLean, Davis all coming up on YouTube and KDO. Phillip Rowe in for the Black Bears as the game remains tied at 8. We're in free baseball for back-to-back games. Black Bears are 4-2 in these types of contests, and the Black Bears in back-to-back extra innings games for the first time since July 1st and 2nd of this year. They beat Walla Walla 4-3 in 15 innings, then came home to lose to Cascades Collegiate 8-7 in 10. So the day is done for Benz. He pitched admirably for Cowlitz. As Benz threw 3 innings of 2-run ball. Only 1 run was earned, though. 3 Ks, 2 hits, 1 walk for him. And he threw 60% of his pitches for strikes, 36 pitches on 36 strikes of 60 pitches. Now it's going to be Phillip Rowe's job. Rowe has only appeared in 2 games. He's got an inning and a third under his belt where he surrendered 3 runs that were earned on 2 strikeouts and 2 hits. Rowe from Columbia Basin College. One of the new additions to this team. Rowe is a big guy, 6'5".
Your attention, please. New pitcher.
And in Rowe's last outing, he went an inning against Wenatchee, surrendered 3 earned runs on 2 hits, 2 Ks. And he'll have to navigate through the top of the Bells order. Lee McLean Davis.
Leading things off for the Bells, number 12, designated hitter Bennett Lee.
So taking a while for everybody to get set up, and now we're good to go. Righty-righty. Although McLean is a lefty due up next. It's going to be righty-lefty-righty as Rowe's first pitch misses high and away, 1-0. Black Bears need some strikes here as Eli Takalo is getting loose in the bullpen. 1-2-3 would be huge for the Black Bears. They have Mulcair, Mortensen, Martin due up. 1-0. Curveball high and slipped out of his hand, it looked like, as it was telegraphed the whole way. You could read it as a breaking ball. 2-0. Phillip Rowe with the bases empty and delivers. This one's hit high and deep over into left center. Going back is Mortensen, and that's going to one-hop the wall. Rounding first, heading to second is Lee, and that actually went under the fence, so it's going to go as a ground roll double. So we got caught under one of the signs out there, and they're going to send him back over to second on the ground roll double. So now McLean with a chance to give his Bells the lead. 1 for 4. Ground out, walk, strikeout, flyout, single. Rowe from Kirkland, Washington. Went to Lake Washington High School. 6'5", 210 pounds. And looked like he did not appear. Well, actually, looking at the 2020 season, having a tough time finding stats for him for 2021 from Columbia Basin. First pitch from Rowe is inside, misses for a ball, 1-0. 8 runs, 15 hits, 3 errors, 10 left for Bellingham. 8 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, 13 left for the Cowlitz Black Bears. And he deals. Swung on, popped up, just what Cowlitz need. They have to collect it, though. Schwartz and Bozette back on it, and Brock's going to make the catch to put him away for out number 1. It's now 1 away. Man on second, and A.J. Davis to step up. He is 0 for 0 with a sac fly. He's one of the reasons we're in this 8-8 mess.
A.J. Davis.
Another long one here. 3 hours and 32 minutes on the clock right now, and still have at least 5 more rounds to go. And we thank you all for sticking with us here on YouTube, KDO, and KDOAM.com. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday evening, and hopefully the Black Bears can pull one out for you as Rowe misses up and in. One ball and no strikes. And now the next offering from Rowe. Ooh, just missed there with the off speed. And inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Luis Aviles waits on deck. No easy double play ball for the Black Bears here. And the 2-0. Low and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Now the Bells are just, I believe they're 1-7 in extra innings. So they haven't had the most success out there. The Black Bears, contrast, are 4-2. 3 balls, no strikes, and Rowe gonna lob it to second. And nothing doing there. He just kind of pushed it over to keep Lee honest. So 3 balls, no strikes from Rowe. And he deals upstairs, ball 4, and now 2 on for the Bells with just 1 out. And see if Brian Burris turns to Takalo, and yeah, that's what he's going to do here. As he steps out, he's seen enough. So Eli Takalo getting pumped. He's going to come into the ball game. Top 10, 1 down, 8 for the Black Bears, 2 for the Bells. Lee on second, Davis on first, and you tuned in right here on YouTube and KDO. We'll be right back after this pitching change. Can we have 2 minutes, please? Thank you. Top 10, one down. Eli Takalo to enter for the Black Bears. So Rowe comes in, gets an out, but allows 2 base runners. Double and a walk. So for Cowlitz today, they're now sending in their 6th pitcher. And Eli has thrown 6 1/3 innings, allowed 9 earned runs, 8 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He's hit 2 batters and allowed a home run. He's got a whip 2.05, although he got off to a good start with the Black Bears. Really, a lot of that damage was done the last time that he was out against Wenatchee. It's a difficult strike zone situation, just a bizarre game in general. And if the Black Bears win today and get their first 4-game winning streak and keep pace in the playoff race, well, will not have done it the easy way, but let's see if they can get it out here. Ground ball ends the inning. Hey, if you need some mood-lifting news here, Port Angeles matched Portland with a run in the bottom of the 12th, so they're tied at 2. Takalo likes to keep the ball low. Aviles does not have a hit today. He's walked twice, though. Lined out, grounded out, and struck out as Tack looks back to second. Nobody's there. Man, Port Angeles sticking with Zach Thomas. He's in 3 innings. He's already thrown 54 pitches. And Takalo delivers. Fastball grounded over to short. Schwartz under his glove, and Radomski's going to have to come up firing home. Here comes the throw. It comes in, not in time, and it's an RBI base hit for Luis Aviles. The Bell's on top, 9-8. So Aviles with a big hit and a big spot. The Bells might not be done yet. As Alex Lambo steps up, and he's done a lot of damage today. 2 for 4, singles, strikeout, home run, line out, and a walk. Now pinch hitter for Lambo. Oh, it's Charlie Somm. My mistake. I think I made a... Oh, yeah, I punched something wrong in my scorebook. That's the only problem with this electronic book. So Lee scores, Davis the third, Aviles at second. Charlie Somm is up. He's 0 for 4. Ground out, drop third strike, but he was tagged out. Fielder's choice, sack bunt, and a fly out. Might be looking for a bunt here. Let's see if they go with the safety squeeze with the infield in. And Takalo fires. Popped up on the right side, but no play available for Cal. It's 0-1. It's the first run scored since the 8th for Bellingham, where they put 2 in that frame. And it's the second time that the Black Bears have trailed in this contest. No balls, 1 strike and 1 down. And Tack delivers. The bunt goes down. And the run comes in to score. Takalo fires to first. They don't get the out. It gets away from Mulcair. Another run scores in a disaster scenario for the Black Bears. The bunt scores 2. The runner is safe. And now it is an 11-8 ball game. So now Alex Lambo to step up. And we mentioned the damage that Lambo has done before. He's 2 for 4. Now he squares, and the pitch misses in, and the count 1-0. Black Bears will have a lot of ground to make up. They had a chance to win it in the last inning. So now trail by 3. They'll have Mulcair, Mortensen, and Martin coming in. It's the 3rd error made by the Black Bears today. 1-0. 2-0. Curveball misses downstairs. Takalo has thrown 5 pitches, and 3 have gone for strikes. As Toma Marase starting to get loose in the bullpen. 11 runs, 16 hits, 3 errors, 10 left for Bellingham. 8 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors, and 13 left for the Black Bears. This game completely different from yesterday's 3-2 affair, as Takalo gets a liner foul on the left side, so the count now 2-1. And a lot has to go right for the Black Bears in order to come back, although I will say this. Every time that the Bells have come around to take the lead, the Black Bears have answered immediately to at the very least tie it up. Ground ball can end the inning. 2-1. And there's that ground ball, but going to be a tough double play. Schwartz, only 1 play. It's the first, and it's down, and an error made on the low throw. Sean Mulcair can't come up with it. Mulcair is not a first baseman by trade. And the 4th error for the Black Bears keeps the inning alive. I might say, well, the throw was low, but play probably should have been made over there. Now meeting at the mound with all the defenders, and things in dire straits for the Black Bears. There's a lot on the line here. And now Bend running away. 8-2 against Corvallis. So I believe if Cowlitz lose and Bend win, that's it for the Black Bears' playoff hopes. As if the Black Bears can't pull off a sweep against Bellingham, they would need Ben to get swept by the Knights. As now the first pitch from Tack to Saunders is a strike going 1. Saunders 2 for 5. Single, strikeout, and a fielder's choice. Shaking his head is Takalo. He comes set, he's ready, 0-1. And Tack delivers. Hit high in the air over to right in foul ground. Mulcair races over. He'll run out of room. So now Takalo ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And this part of the season always difficult with teams losing players. The Black Bears usually had such a deep bullpen. Now a bunch of new guys coming in. Takalo, a very talented row, has pitched well in his time in college, but just not the guys in high leverage spots that they would use. Usually they'd have a couple of guys available. Today really just Bends, as Takalo misses inside and nearly hits Saunders. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harder ground ball could help the Black Bears here. Play at any infield base with one down in the top of the 10th. The 1-2. Takalo missed away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And one of the umpires that paid admission to today's game can certainly be heard there. Unhappy with the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tack needing to make a big pitch. He delivers and gets a foul ball, so we'll do it all over again. 19 runs total, 28 total hits, 7 total errors, and 23 total runners left on base today. And the top of the 10th with 2 on, and the Bells starting to create some separation. 2-2. 3-2 as Tack misses low. And now Takalo having a hard time finding the strike zone after being ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if he can punch his ticket for out number 2. Another payoff to Saunders. And Takalo sets, delivers. Check to swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And Takalo really caught a break as Saunders swung at a sure ball 4. So now Daniel Jernin will step up. He's 3 for 5.
Daniel Jernin.
Jernin, 2 singles, a home run, a ground out, and a flyout. He is over his last 2. He has 2 RBI in this game, hitting .444 against Cowlitz this season. Tack's first pitch is a curve that misses low, 1-0. Cowlitz with a lot of opportunities in this game to go and turn it around. And ultimately now they trail by 3. They still have time to come back, but they're going to need 3-4 runs in the next inning, as the next one a ball to Jernin, 2-0. The only saving grace for the Black Bears right now is that Portland and Port Angeles are tied in the bottom of the 13th, but the Bend game is not going their way. 2-0. Hit on the ground over to Schwartz. Going to make a higher throw this time. Picks it up. Fields fires across the line to first. Needs to play for Mulcair, and he's sent down for the final out of the inning. But the Bells making it difficult for the Black Bears. They score 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left aboard. Bottom 10 coming up. The Black Bears need to walk it off. Mulcair, Mortensen Martin trying to get the job done on YouTube and KDO. (11-8), the Bells lead. The Black Bears will have their last chance here to keep their playoff hopes alive. Unless the Corvallis Knights pull off a miraculous comeback, the Black Bears absolutely need to win here. They trail by 3. They have 2 lefties and a righty coming up against Justin Tucker. And the Black Bears had a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th, but squandered it.
Not out of this yet. Here's another opportunity.
And here's Sean Mulcair, 0 for 0 with a walk.
In the bottom of the 10th. Number 7, Sean Mulcair.
Tucker comes set, the right-hander with a leg kick, fires, and Mulcair with a big swing. Misses there, 0-1. I think with Mulcair there, he can't score 3 runs with that one swing of the bat. There's nobody on. Just looking for some solid contact, though, trying to make something happen. And the 0-1. High and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody warming in the Bells pen. It's going to be Tucker, and Tucker's been a little erratic today, so the Black Bears stay patient. They should be able to get some traffic on the base paths as Tucker has walked 3 in 2 innings. 1-1. 2-1. Fastball down and inside. That's all the Black Bears need right now. Just put pressure on Bellingham, get guys on base. Don't try to do too much with any singular pitch. Cal's looking for win number 25. 2-1. Foul tipped in and out of the glove of Psalm, and the count even now at 2-2. All right, so now it is the top of the 14th in Port Angeles. Wow, Scoro going to lead things off for Portland. Both teams with 2 runs on 9 hits. And the 2-2 on the way to Mulcair is outside. Good take. Fills the count out. That was pitch number 50 for Tucker. And right now it's getting late in the Bend and Corvallis game. Corvallis with 1 out in the top of the 8th and 2 on. Black Bears have to win or need Bend to lose. Payoff is fouled away. We'll do it all over again. Mulcair works a walk, puts the Black Bears in a good spot. A man on with nobody out. Mortensen would be coming up. Now, home run wouldn't help them too much. I mean, it would get them closer, but they do need to just keep chipping away here. And now Bell's righty starting to warm. Number 31, payoff. Mulcair sliced it foul again, so we'll do another 3-2. Warming up for Bellingham. That can't be correct. It says James Spickelmeyer, but I believe that. Oh, no, it is correct. There we go. I was thinking of Cole Hinkleman. Must win for Cal. It's trail by 3 here in the bottom of the 10th. Another payoff coming from Tucker, and Mulcair fouls one away. May have swung at ball 4. It's a little low, but you'd rather have a guy foul off a close pitch than watch one go right by him for strike 3. So right now, Takalo, or rather Rowe, on the hook for the loss. And Tucker would earn the victory today if the score holds. Black Bears trying to jump ahead. 3-2, way high and outside, an easy pitch. So Mulcair wins the battle, and once again, the Black Bears have led off the inning with a base runner.
Now stepping to the plate for the Cowens Black Bears, number 27, Brock Mortensen.
Here is Brock Mortensen, 2 for 5. He's got 4 runs batted in. Double, single, strikeout, fly out, ground out. Just needs to get aboard. Lefty against the righty, throwing Tucker, who delivers, and Mortensen cranks one. Oh, what a stop over there by Aviles. Fires over to second on the tag, and it is a 3-6 on the double play, and the Black Bears down to their final out. Well, Mortensen did all he could there, as he hit the ball on the screws on the ground down the line, but Avila's just ready for it.
Catcher, number 16, Dawson Martin.
On the 3-6 tag out. So here's Dawson Martin. Last chance for Cal. It's 2 for 4. Walked his last time, doubled the time before that, and singled before that as he takes a swing and a miss, 0-1. Of course, stay tuned for your Cal's Black Bears post-game show brought to you by the Daily News. Right after the final out here today. No balls and 1 strike, 2 down, bases empty. Black Bears trail by 3. The next one to Martin is high and in, and the count 1-1 with Johnny Radomski waiting on deck. The Black Bears did get the Ridgefield loss they were looking for, but only really mattered if they can come around and win. And in a tough spot here as Martin checks his swing and strike anyway, and now the Black Bears down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the 10th. See if Martin can make something happen here. They're down by 3. And Tucker's 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball game over, and the Black Bears lose a tough one by a score of 11-8. Your winning pitcher for Bellingham is Justin Tucker. On the losing end is Phillip Rowe. as the Black Bears had a 5-0 lead and ended up losing this one by a score of 11-8. 11 runs on 16 hits, 3 errors, 12 left for Cowlitz. 8 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors, 13 left. The Black Bears drop to 24-23, fall back behind Ridgefield in the standings. And if Bend can hang on against Corvallis, the Black Bears will be eliminated for the playoffs. Not over yet, but Cowlitz are definitely going to need some serious help as Corvallis trail it by a score of 8-2. When we come back, we'll have your Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show brought to you by the Daily News, so stay tuned for that, as we will get a Black Bear of the game to come on up here and chat for the final, or rather for one of our final postgame shows of the season. Again, Black Bears lose 11-8 here at home in 10. And we'll step aside before our postgame show right here on YouTube and KDO. Jacob, can I have 5 minutes, please? Thank you. and welcome to your Cowles Black Bears postgame show, brought to you by the Daily News. Black Bears lose a tough one. They're still in it right now in playoff contention, but they do need a huge rally for Corvallis as the Bend Elks lead by a score of 9-2 in the top of the 8th inning there. Now, the Black Bears did get a loss that they needed. The Walla Walla Sweets beat the Richfield Raptors, so again, it will be scoreboard watching the rest of the evening, and we'll let you know on the updates tomorrow. But today, a tough loss in 10 innings and 11-8. Falling to the Bellingham Bells. To my left, though, Brock Mortensen. And you know what, Brock? You still had one heck of a game. 2 for 6, 4 RBI, including that booming double with the bases loaded. I mean, what's your secret, man? Because you just keep on hitting no matter what the situation, especially in clutch spots for this team.
Well, yeah, I had to make up for something yesterday because yesterday was not the best day at the park. So I just kind of slowed things down a little bit and just tried to meet the ball with my hands first, and that worked out today. Just try to not get the ball in the air. I was trying to put it on the ground because I kept popping up yesterday and early on today. So keeping the ball on the ground was nice.
Big battle back and forth. Yesterday was a really close game, low scoring. Similar one today, but just hitting back and forth. Which one's a little bit tougher, when both teams are scoring a lot or when both teams are having a big problem at the plate?
I think it's also funner and tougher when both teams are scoring a lot.
Okay.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you can be out in center, and then all of a sudden, there's a guy on first and second, and then bang, okay, double, that scores them. And then they walk the next side, bang, double, oh, okay, that scored 2. Now that's 4 runs an inning. It's like, ooh, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But then we come back in the dugout, and if we put up 3, it makes it fun, but you just don't know. It's just, you're blind going into the future innings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so the Cowles Black Bears, if you guys win tomorrow, that will be the best winning percentage that the Black Bears have ever had in league play.
Oh,
so
actually?
definitely a big game for them.
Wow.
They did go, I believe they went 28-26 in 2011 or 13, one of the two. But the Black Bears would be going 25-23 if you guys end up getting a victory tomorrow. So that'd be pretty cool. I mean, There's a lot of talented guys on this team. Can you speak kind of to just the level of play that you've been able to experience, not only with yourself but with your teammates across this summer?
Well, our pitching's been nails all summer. I mean, anywhere from the starters to the pen, no matter if it's Kelly, Carter, Mickey, Dent, Benzo, Keegs has been really good for us, Toma. Like, we can just roll them out, and it's nice. And our position players, I mean, our infield's pretty much a D1 infield.
Right. It was all JUCO guys at one point, yeah.
If you're counting Riku, Matt, Brock, Matty Fung, like, they're all locked down in there. The addition of Sam is also nice. Another heavy bat to swing in the lineup, too. Our position players across the board. I mean, Weber might have the best arm I've seen on a guy.
Oh, my gosh. How about yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we have talent across the board, guys with tools. Like, they're a real fun group to play with, and they're going to go on and do great things on the schools they're going to go to in the fall.
So looking ahead for yourself, going back to Santa Barbara this year, and what can you build off of after such a successful season here? I mean, you have the second most home runs in single season all time for the Cowles Black Bears with 6, so that's something to hang your hat on for sure.
It is. It's going to be fun because I feel like the ball is going to be slowed down a little bit for me.
Right.
Because I kind of went straight into the spring, just jumped right into the season, was just like, oh, okay, like this is D1 pitching.
Yeah.
But now going back in the fall, like learning the low line drives that David Story Field teaches you to hit, or else you're going to get out.
Yeah.
Those two things are going to be huge going into the fall and into the spring season for the victory lap at UCSB.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Riku, because how can we not?
Okay.
Nishida now has a chance to have the best batting average. I think if he gets 2 or 3 hits tomorrow in Black Bears history.
He'll do it.
Yeah, you think so?
He'll do it.
Yeah. Was he all right over? I mean, you don't have to disclose anything,
yeah,
but
no,
is he good to go tomorrow?
He's good. He'll be good. Yeah.
All right. How about Sam? What do you think?
Sam's also good. I think they just need a little bit more water in them. They'll be solid.
Yeah, it's pretty hot today.
I think it was a dehydration thing. Nothing serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Fan Appreciation Day tomorrow. A chance for the Black Bears to have the best record. You actually, hey, if you have a great day, you can set the Black Bears record for home runs. Brock Bozette can set the RBI record. Stinny can tie the triple record. There's a lot of good things on the line. So Bozette needs 1 RBI. Stinny needs a triple. And Riku needs like a couple of hits. The numbers aren't in front of me. This is just what happened today.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, the most RBI the Black Bears have ever had from one player in league games is 34. Bozette's got 33. In non-leagues, though, he's got more. Stinson's got 3 triples. The lead is 4. Riku already obliterated the stolen base total, I mean, you can already guess. And Kelly actually can extend his strikeout lead tomorrow. I think he's got 73. League strikeouts, and that's even ahead of when Shane Bieber was here.
Yep.
He's got almost 30 more than Bieber had when he was here.
And that's a pretty good accolade right there.
Yeah, so are you excited to go out tomorrow? I I mean, it's not done yet, but tomorrow, even though it will be the last regular season game, feels a little bit like the last day of school. Mm-hmm. How do you do that, like, moving forward? It's always tough when we're with a group of guys all summer or all spring, and then eventually, all of a sudden, it's your last game together. So what are your thoughts going into that?
I think the best thing to do is just show up and play like it's the first day of summer.
All right. I like
just
that.
Just show up like you just got here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Everybody might just get one inning, or everybody might get 1 or 2 at bats, but everyone might play.
Right.
Just have fun with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
And
good
one
time.
thing about Riku is that even if we don't make playoffs, the crazy thing about his stolen base record is if other teams might have 6 more games than us, and I don't think anybody will catch him.
No, I don't think so either.
No,
I mean, he's been unbelievable.
Because he's at 38, and I think my buddy Nick Vogt, shout out Corvallis Knights, I think he's at 31, and sorry, Vogt, I don't think he's going to catch him.
No, I don't think so
No.
either. I mean, well, Riku, if we combine his Mount Hood numbers,
Yep.
I think he has 64 in 2021 in, like, 50 games, something like that.
33 bags in 36 games, Mount Hood.
Yeah, wow, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And you had, what, 15 jacks in how many games for for Santa Barbara?
64.
64, man, that's a season, man. Well, Brock, it's been great having you on the team. We're really excited to watch you tomorrow. Black Bears Loop is a tough one today, but, hey, you got to tune in tomorrow. It's Fan Appreciation Night. You're going to get to see Brock play. You're going to get to see all your favorite Black Bears out there as they go for the best record in Khaled's Black Bears history, looking for win number 25. Kelly Austin's on the mound. I mean, why wouldn't you tune in? It'd be very silly not to. You can go on YouTube, KDO, KDOAM.com, and also buy tickets at Khaled'sBlackBears.com. They'll take on the Bells and look for their 7th series victory of the second half in 8 tries. So, Brock, thank you so much for coming up today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great game.
Yep.
All right, big thank you to Justin Ford behind the camera. We have Jacob Ackerman back over at KDO producing the broadcast, and my name is Zach Smolin. So have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow, and as always, stay frosty. Have a good one. Thank you, Jacob. All right, talk to you